Wings of love. Hey guys, we're gonna play some fucking Pathfinder tonight. There are language warnings on because there'll be a lot of profanity. This is not a really appropriate game, but we play a version of Pathfinder 2e in a homebrew setting with some homebrew rules on Foundry, and this is one of the lovely maps that I've made. The player solved left the last fought some crazy mosquito bats. We're going to go over all of that. There are a bunch of players. Some of them are out. Some voices you'll hear are playing two characters because we have players out. No offense was ever intended. Hopefully none is taken. Let's get to it. All right.
Because the guy who will it. Hey.
Okay, so short synopsis of last week. You know, you guys are in this campaign's Underdark, the Great Below. You left the relative security of the drow hideout / prisoner storage / bloody altar / place they fed the cave worms. Which was
/shithole.
And you guys got the fuck out of there. Released some prisoners, including a couple of kobolds and a deep gnome, who was carrying out a dead compatriot, who gave you guys directions to this ruins that is allegedly got this ancient teleportation magic somehow imbued with it. And so between that
allegedly
and that, and I know you guys get there, there's nothing there. It's just a big empty building. But the it was the obvious choices that you guys have at this point for ways out are this pilgrimage through the kobold city that the kobolds told you about when Wilb the cat dragon was like, "I'm your god, sweetie," and and got them to spill their guts basically, but they didn't seem particularly smart. And then this drow who definitely seemed to have it a little bit more together, but he was obviously very emotionally distraught. So you've gone on this journey. You got to one of these battle sites where a bunch of the drow had been they released skin bags, and you learned that that's because their bones are being eaten by these fucking large bat mosquito things that live in these holes in the ceiling. You guys fought a number of them. Galfast was like, "I know a little bit about these guys. I guarantee you there's more. We should get the fuck out of here." And so everybody got the fuck out of there. And you guys carved your way through an old spiderweb patch basically, and picked your way pretty carefully through it to continue on the rest of your journey, where you got to a resting point, set up your lantern, and this is where we're gonna open up with you guys at this campsite at the end of a long day. Only one battle under your belt, but one of you is now diseased with this marrow rot. So little game of thoughts and feelings. We'll see. We'll have each of you tell me one little thing that your character's thinking or feeling about where you or the party are at right now. 1, 2, 3, 4. Anthony, you get to start us off.
Simone doesn't want to fucking die from some stupid disease. He hates it down here. He hates what it's done to him. He hasn't seen the sun in a while. Simone is a merchant who is used to traveling around a lot, but on the overworld, I guess you would call it.
Yeah.
And this just seems like we've seen the same things over and over again with increasing levels of just some sort of horror. So Simone is not doing well mentally right now and just wants to get the fuck out of here. And it's causing him to think bad thoughts.
Cool. Love that.
I'm gonna pick Arthur.
Arthur, he's not doing great either. I think the whole group just has a feeling of some level of subparness. It's been hard going from so many battles and being stuck underground for a while. Arthur's used to being on the sea, or he's used to being in a university environment, so very much top ground. So for him, can't use his gun. People are getting sick, and there's tall tales of more crazy giant creatures that can kill them here. Meanwhile, Arthur's like, "Oh right, is there something about a dragon we gotta stop, and we can't get to them right now because we're stuck to all these other things." Are we gonna have enough time?
Yeah, I'm gonna follow you up here, because as far as I know, you are the first character in the last 48 or so real in-game hours to like think about what you guys were fucking originally doing. So, like, where does Arthur place on his priority scale right now? Because I know he's a very like practical guy.
Yeah, I mean, he had to throw his main objective down to like the third or fourth priority, which he's going. This is like a slow moving freight train. Eventually, if we don't deal with it, we're gonna have a bad time.
Gonna have
Because
a bad time.
it's gonna pop out of some dimension and start killing us wherever we're at.
That would be really unfortunate, and I would feel like I failed as a dungeon master if you guys did not have at least the opportunity to be hinted that that was a possibility, which, so far there has been none.
Oh, good.
Thanks for letting us know. We appreciate that.
Yeah, I mean, on the rare instance that you guys fuck something up in the background, because if it's in the background, you guys don't know about it, I can change it. You know what I mean? But if it's something that is like in the world and canon, I feel kind of like obligated to it, which then doubles as you guys, in theory, get fair warning for everything. So
Look, Dave, David, if I can say,
yeah.
if you're in TPK, just go ahead and do it, man. Just go ahead and do it.
You say that like I make any decisions at all about what's going to happen. Like once we start rolling, I'm no longer in control.
You're God.
You know?
You do make all the decisions.
I'm not going to cheapen. I'm not going to
It's
cheapen
the
your
luck of the-
victory by
But are you going to
shenanigans.
cheapen the death? Are you
Not
going
gonna
to cheapen the death?
shenanigans. If so far, let me ask you this: so far, has any fight felt unfair? And I open that up to the entire party.
I mean, it was unfair to the Cobalts level 3 when we killed them. I think that was unfair.
Yeah, but that's unfair to them, not to you.
No, you asked me. You asked me, was it unfair?
All right.
You asked me who was unfair for whom.
Why
filibustering.
Why don't you fucking tell me? Why don't you fucking tell me how your character feels about where you're at, and then we'll move on.
Oh, Kaitar's happy. He just wants to fight. So, I mean, if you ask me, Kaitar is having a great time.
Okay, well, I love that. Yeah, he's definitely got a chance to fight. I believe Aaron and Tyler are our last two, if I'm reading this correctly.
Those are the two other people.
Tyler, why don't you go first?
Gladly, Aaron. Thank you for giving me this opportunity to speak.
Please, come in.
I would like to thank everybody, especially Dave, for DMing for us.
Oh,
And
that's bullshit.
I will
That's
now.
bullshit.
Hey, take a hero point, Tyler. Take a hero point.
Thank you. Oh, thank you.
Oh, that's bullshit.
He's already full. I know for a
Easy.
fact he's already full. I know for a fact he's already full.
Let's see his tax return. Where
Easy.
is coming?
We all know if Tyler makes another.
It's my time to talk. It's my time to talk.
Tyler has the floor. Tyler has the floor.
If it's not more than 10,000, he doesn't have to document it. If it's not more than 10,000, he's fine.
Exactly, Soto. Atusk is he's actually, I think, kind of having a little fun down here. It's new, it's interesting. He's read about it in the books, but never really did a whole lot up until now. So a lot of the new stuff he experiences is generally fun for him. He's not gotten the downsides of the occult magic in this area. He's mainly just witnessed it from a distance. Thankfully, he's appreciative of that. And he so desperately wants to be right about this quest that he set his group on. Like, desperately wants to be right.
Correct me if I'm wrong. It's the first time It's the first time Atesk has ever gone out on a limb.
He will probably do anything to be right. So there could be a little desperate moment coming up. We'll see.
Okay.
We'll see where this takes us.
I really love that because I know where this is taking you. Which leaves Aaron. How's Godfast feeling?
Yeah, I would say Galfast, as he ventured down here, there wasn't a lot of options, but he was optimistic. This is like a new land for him. Maybe there's some way he could use this to like smuggle stuff, or there's like an easy way to move goods. And then he went to, cautiously optimistic. he's not feeling too great about this place anymore. He definitely doesn't think a one-man operation can move goods or do anything really down here. It's all bad news all the way down. So, he's really trusting a Tesk in this moment to get us through the teleporter and get us out of here. And he's a dwarf, but he's now excited. We've been down here a day and a half, 2 days, but it seems like a week. So I'm excited to be on the surface again.
Cool. I love that. Remind me real quick who's playing our other two characters, Rowan.
I'm playing Reed.
And Reed. Okay, great. I did get a text from Joe. I just texted him like, we're doing thoughts and feelings, and he just texted me back something in quotes. He's like, Reed is over the camel and he's ready to get back to the surface. So that's your inspiration for Reed.
I was really hoping that I can dictate what he's gonna do.
Well, it's still his character. He still gets the final say.
I've never even heard of that before. Over the camel.
Over the camel. It is a phrase, but not a super common one, admittedly.
Like over the hill.
The 70s called.
And then who's playing Rowan? Stover?
I am.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds good. I don't need Rowan's thoughts and feelings. I just wanted to. I want to make sure I knew who's playing him.
I mean, you know them. Where are the plants?
Well, he saw
Where
some.
is the sunshine?
He saw some plants, and that was the worst part about it. Is the first plants I put in front of Rowan for the first time since you guys have been down here. Chris was not at the table to play Rowan, and I was a little bit sad about that. But it's okay. There will be another opportunity. And so you guys have been traveling for, I would say a day, but that doesn't mean anything down here. But you guys have been traveling for enough time that, like, you guys are adventurers and, like, journeymen, and you kind of, like, know what a day's march feels like on your body. And you guys, like, hit that point pretty shortly after this altercation with the mosquito bats, and decided that you would like look for a wide enough place in this these just kind of like twisted spires of stone that are just kind of like interjecting along a ridge, find somewhere to tuck in and camp rather than push through and risk having like levels of fatigue and exhaustion when you get to your destination, not really knowing what lies before you there. So you guys have taken out the lantern and, activated it. And usually this is a hooded lantern that on it has a number of constellations. But as you pull it out and start it, I believe Arthur's the keeper of the lantern. You notice that those constellations are not present on the lamp, and as you kick it on, it still appears to like function correctly, stands up to the noise test and the visual test, but like instead of the constellations that are there are just some like strange like shapes and designs which are not familiar to you. They look vaguely like topographical in nature, but like what normally is a set of constellations is now this like kind of like weird topographical map, though the lantern still functions. You guys all collapse into a state of rest, with one of you especially weary after this day and this encounter. We're gonna start off with I'll need that decision from you, Anthony, whether or not you would like to kind of like take the one check you get in the morning and get your long rest, or if you want to have Reed assist you. You guys will both stay up all night, and you guys will both get the opportunity to roll this check to make this save and cure you. Which have you decided what you'd like to do?
I'd like to be cured, but that's also up to Reed since Reed's not here.
I believe he consented the last time he was at the table. Like when he was here at the end of the last session, he consented to that. So no problem there. And then
it's 2/3 of the law.
Yep. And either way, I'm the DM, so I can just rule he's not here to defend himself, so I get to take over. Okay, so if that's the case, then as we kind of cut in on Arthur setting up this lantern, Reed, I think borrowing, I don't know if he has one of his own, but one of the healing kits that you guys have around here, and starting to work on, Simone some, and then he switches over and like works on Will if you still have him summoned. What are the rest of you guys doing here as you kind of set up camp and settle in for the night?
Well, Reed will be sitting down, making a campfire. After he does, he's going to be reading his Book of Iomedae. He doesn't even set up a tent because there's no reason to.
There's no room.
He's just
anyway.
no, there's no room. Yeah. So he's going to be sitting probably the edge of the campfire lantern and just reading his book and just going over, like, remembering why he's there, why he's doing what he's doing, does English, and just remembering to stay on the pure path. Even though he has an acolyte that does not want to listen to what has to preach. So
That's fair.
yeah.
And what is the pure path to Kythar?
So Kythar.
Because didn't we
Honestly,
get like
when
a fuck Iomedae or something out of Kythar recently?
That's what I thought.
Okay, so Kythar's description and understanding of Iomedae is a warrior, and was willing to follow the warrior path of Iomedae until, like, he had to like let shit go. And Kythar, from his background, is not really good at that. After his entire village was decimated by orcs, so letting go of shit and accepting not to kill a lesser being or somebody who's already on death's door, he's having a tough time accepting it. So from his original understanding of Iomedae, thought that they were a warrior god. So
That's fair.
that's where
Gotcha.
yeah, that's where it's at. We're gonna leave it at that.
So he signed up for reading the book.
It was not reading the book. Seeing the picture book was what Kythar
the
agreed
The
to.
book had pictures.
They
in
had
it,
like
so.
Iomedae for kids.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. He
Color
saw a
between
big bright
lines.
sword.
That's
big-ass
Reed's
shield.
that's Reed's personal
slate.
copy that he carries around. His Iomedae for kids.
Yeah.
It's got like
He's like-
well-worn
he's like, "Woo!"
pages.
There's like a tattoo you put on with a wet sponge of like Iomedae's.
That's
So
funny.
he was guy. He was one of those book festivals when the cops join. It's like, hey buddy, you want a sticker? Yeah.
I love the
uh,
police.
It was kind of one of those little book festivals.
Oh man, I love
that
that.
Kythar got.
I love
Kythar,
that.
or the don't do drugs, kids. Kythar's wearing a fucking red fucking ribbon on his shirt for a week.
So Reed's reading. Arthur's setting up camp. What are the rest of you guys doing?
You know what I'm doing?
I know what you're doing. You're just collapsed. You're just done.
Yes. Yes. I'm like holding up my arm. Heal me, puto.
Yeah. A task.
Yeah, I don't 100% know what I would do. I think if I could, although I don't know if I would have the books for all that stuff. I try and research what the symbols and shit mean from the stuff I picked up. The two different sigils, 3 sigils, I think I have.
I know that you have. I think you have 3 stones with 2 sigils. I think is what you have between them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Or if I can't do that, then I would like to try and figure out what the one that's magically imbued is. See if I can discern what kind of magic's in there.
So you have a couple of items that are magically imbued. Which one specifically do you want to spend some time with?
I guess the very first one that I picked up, which I think is just the Drow sigil that I have in my inventory.
So the one that Simone like tried to use, basically. Because I think that was the first one that you got. Oh no, the first one you got was from the Harpy's Nest. Is that right?
Yeah, I don't think Simone tried to use the first one
No.
that I got.
No, I did not try to use the first one. The one I tried to use was from
Yeah. You tried. I think you
what's
tried
her
to use
name?
number 2. I think you're right.
yeah, which is why I was bleeding out my ass.
Cool. Love that. There's a roll associated with that.
I would like to give you a roll. Well,
Yeah,
I failed said roll.
I don't know. I don't know off the top of my head what it is, but there is a roll there. I think it's an occultism roll.
I can give you an occultism roll.
I think in this moment that's what I would like from you, as you are in like.
You can have whatever kind of roll you want, Dave.
Yeah. Give me an occultism roll here.
Oh, I think I rolled that wrong.
That's okay.
Yep.
Yeah. So these are. So as you spend your evening, like turning this polished stone over in your hand, over and over, fixated on the sigil, racking your memory banks for it. You at this point have seen it on a number of drow. And know that it has that kind of affiliation. You've seen something like this, have this terrible bleeding effect on Simone, but that these are spell stones. These are items that carry spells in them, and some of them carry spells in them that you have to put it in there from your pocket. You take a spell that and you're like, I'm going to store this spell in this fucking stone. And then there are others that are like magical items that have spells. They work more like wands, where they have spells and you get them back every night. This is one of the latter items. This is not a one and done. You put a spell in it and then you spend that spell and then it's empty. This is an item that can hold between 1 and 3 spells. A really, really powerful, magic user might be able to cram 5 spells in something like this. Based off the strength of the aura, you definitely don't think this is a big fiver or anything like that. But on that roll, I think that's the information that you get on what this is specifically.
Just to clarify, it is a spell stone, not a wand.
It is not. It is not a wand, but mechanically,
I can put whatever I want in it in theory.
So yes and no. This thing, what is about this is that this thing has already been loaded by somebody, and whatever it loaded in there are not one and dones. They are recharge every day spells.
Okay.
So somebody basically gave up knowledge of a spell in order to imbue it in this stone and have it be in the stone forever, kind of thing. But you don't on that roll, with the amount of experience you have with it, you don't know what those spells are. I'd say you put this at a 1 to 3 spell stone, and you know that whatever those spells are recharge every day.
Can I get a sense of what, I guess, how the magic might want to be used, whether it's something that I would cast on myself or cast on something in the distance, or some properties of the magic, I guess.
I see what you're saying.
And I'd be willing to dedicate, I could, maybe is there something with detect magic? My detect magic is 4th rank, so I would get.
Okay, yeah. Read me off. We'll put that in chat. Just put your put that in chat. I'll read that. I'll read that and consider. I'll read that and consider. let's see here. You've got.
I mean, especially if you're taking time to figure it out.
You can pinpoint the source of the highest strength magic. You obviously know that. You can narrow down. You learn the rank or level. Okay, you learn the rank or level. So that I will give you. Just for on a detect magic. But you have to give me a minute to pull up the item, and I do need a minute for that. So I'm gonna do that in the background.
Yeah.
Anybody else got anything that they're fucking doing at camp?
Fucking.
I think I'm mostly just fussing with Banjo. His clothes doesn't fit anymore, so I'm like stretching it out, reattaching the tie downs or whatever.
Because he like grew. That's funny.
Yeah.
He's telling you, get the breastplate stretcher.
Yeah.
What about Arthur?
Good question.
Oh, you see him messing around with the lantern and talking with Rowan. Rowan, of course, is, are we okay to sleep here? And Arthur's like, well, it's either that or we stay up all night and just get more tired, so take your pick. Well, I guess I'll try and find a sleep over there. And he points like this, just enough space for him to not fall over. And Arthur tries to get him situated, since it's a little difficult to like. I mean, you're on the edge of a cliff, essentially, right?
Yeah, basically. Yeah.
Yeah, in the Navy we had tight quarters too. Takes a while to get used to, but I think even for this situation, it takes the cake. See Arthur trying to get into whatever comfortable position he can find, and I think he tries to sleep on his side first.
Like that. I like that. A test. I looked that up. A 4th rank. 1, 2, 3, 4 is the highest rank of magic stored in this item.
Okay. So the last question is, do I get any sense, from what I can tell of the magic, if it's going to hurt me if I try and cast it? Because I really want to cast it.
You don't get any sense off this item, like one way or the other. But you watched Simone bleed out of his ass when he tried.
Can I? Yeah, I was gonna say, can I? Do I see him fiddling with it?
It depends. Are you trying to be secretive about it, a task, or are you just like looking at it?
Oh no, absolutely not.
Yeah. Then yeah, absolutely. Simone,
Yeah.
you see him.
I'm gonna be like, don't do it, fool. You're gonna bleed out your culo.
Okay. I just really want to cast it though.
I did it, fool. Oh,
Yeah,
I
think that might be
it's degrading, puto. Don't do
might
it.
be the only thing that's stopping me right now is. Oh, I'm
My
glad you're
marrow.
here. Yeah.
My marrow.
Put it back into my bag.
It's in my pelvis.
Funny. Oh, I love that. I fucking love that.
And then, is there any like vegetation in our area, or is it all just?
No, this is you're back to pretty heavy. Well, let me roll a percentage die, I guess. I'll put a 10% chance. So that's a 10 on a d10. There's like moss or shrubs. Yeah, no, nothing. Rocks.
Gotcha. I look over at Reed, and I'm like picking up like the gravel, and I'm like letting it slip through my fingers, and I'm being super dramatic about it. And I'm like, this is where I die, fool. I die in this hellhole of stone. And that's to Reed.
Yeah, so it's not in the chair.
Oh.
He's coming back.
I look over at Kythar, who is just, or I look over at Reed, who's just blankly staring into his book. And I'm all, and this puto won't even talk to me. I'm gonna die alone in a bunch of fucking gravel. I thought I'd die in the hands of a
Well, yeah, because you never accepted Iomede's faith, so yeah, you're gonna die alone.
I'm gonna spit into the rocks. Homedays never did nothing for no one, fool. Where I'm at, it's because of me.
Hold on, let me see. Fucking reads.
And as you spit, you feel like your ribs, you like wince from the pain
Okay,
of those like moving, those muscles moving.
My
Reed has
marrow!
okay, Reed's gonna try a heal. He has a plus 14 in medicine.
No, he's gonna help me. He's gonna try to help me.
No, that is
get rid of
it's
the
same
disease.
difference. Same difference. It's a heal check. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, we're gonna do it now then. This is the time.
I'm about to say because this mechanically this takes 8 hours to like if you're specifically if you're specifically trying to like help cure him, that's the deal.
Okay. And we're rolling.
And I think you said you'd use a hero point. I'm pretty sure I just heard you say that.
Reed has an extra one to burn.
Well, you got one already.
You got one to start. If you want to burn this session's hero point, you can.
Does he take the better of, or he takes the worse of?
He takes the better of. I mean, technically, the way that it's written is that you have to take the second one regardless. But we do advantage.
What are you giving us? What are you giving us? If
it's advantage. It's advantage. It's advantage.
Okay, fuck. Thank you.
You asked the question. I'm going to give you the full answer.
Blah 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 blah. Tell me what the fuck it is. Right.
Jesus. Hey, that's a way better roll.
Thank you.
Simone, if you also pass this medicine check,
oh fuck,
I will give one of you a rest period. You guys can pick who, but if you can also pass it, one of you guys gets a rest period.
No problem. You got this.
I have.
Okay,
I've got a question here for you, David.
Yeah,
Can Kythar
so if you remember, back when we were in Pathfinder 1,
right,
I found the gloves with the sapphires on them.
Yep.
Which is like healing gloves.
Right.
I still have them.
Uh-huh.
So I'm wondering if I could. It has an activate healer's touch, which basically just soothe the wounds of the willing, living, adjacent creatures, restoring a certain amount of hit points. Can I use that, or you just want a straight medicine check? If I use the activate on that instead of a medicine check.
If I remember correctly, the way that item worked is that you had sapphires in the knuckles, and as you activated it, the sapphires physically burned off of them, and it was like eventually this item would empty out. Correct?
That is correct. However, me being a dealer in magical items, I would say, and if you need me to, I'll spend the gold right now. I will spend it right now.
That you would have tracked some down.
Yeah,
I like that. So
I would have tracked some sapphires
here's what
down.
I'll say. Here's what I'll say, because they start with 4 knuckles. I want to say that one had 4 knuckles and a big one in the palm. So if you want to burn one of those to like auto succeed on this medicine check, that's absolutely viable here. And I would then give the choice to you because you use a magical item to burn it. If like you wanted to take the rest, or if you wanted to like give that to Kythar.
I'm going to burn it, and the big sapphire basically is like a resurrection. It allows me to do that or whatever.
Right.
But I am going to burn it. So what Kythar or not Reed sees is that it's like you put your hands on me, kind of like a lay on hands thing, and you see like the infection that was like slowly going down my arm, like if I could add some flavor, David, you can let me know if I went too far. That the infection itself, you can see like the outline of my bones like through my skin of like black. You know what I mean? Like it was like it was dying like my skeletal structure, like so dark that through my light elvish skin you could see like my skeleton.
Love that.
And you see it as you like put your hand and do your magic and say your little chants. Starts to that you see it like slowly receding, and then as it gets towards the end, like I see you kind of slowing down, and that's when I burn my my healer's glove, the large sapphire. You see like the sapphires burn away as like that energy transfers into my hand and like into the rest of my body, like curing me.
Cool.
And I'm like, oh, my marrow, fool, it feels great.
My marrow. It's gonna be the my leg of this campaign. My marrow.
Or the guy in SpongeBob where it's all, my bones have been made of glass.
And I'm gonna like go up and hug Reed and be like, you helped me, fool. I'll never forget that. I'll never forget this. My marrow thanks you.
Peace be unto you, my brother.
And I'm gonna be like, and for that, why don't you take the rest, fool? I can stay up.
Are you sure?
I feel like
No. It's been through a lot. You take the rest. It
Nah,
does not. I know it's no more when I have to sacrifice for you. Please get some rest so you can be full strength, and will be full strength, and then you can protect me tomorrow if need be. Get some rest.
How about you look at Kythar? He's like lightly wounded. You know, he's not in too rough a shape.
it's Reed. Remember?
Oh, I guess it's Reed.
No,
Excuse
yeah,
me.
it's Reed.
Yeah.
It's Reed.
It's Reed. Who is at full health? Who is untouched?
Yeah. Reed's good.
Yeah.
Reed.
I'm gonna Simone's gonna be like, okay, and just pass out instantly, snoring, like on my side, like arm, like in my or head in my armpit, snoring. Yeah, totally.
No, good call
out.
because Reed has a plus, like a temporary 12 to health. Like he's full health, has plus 12. You're fucking straight, bro. You're good.
I don't know what Reed's health is, but my max health is 146. I have a feeling that Reed has a lot more.
I'm not gonna give that away, but yeah.
It's a lot more.
So,
Yeah.
so you guys are up, taking care of business. You eventually get Simone. You can
TCB.
You can remove those
To
conditions
business,
if you have them on you.
Feet,
Uh,
the hunts.
are you guys like relying on the dome for the night? Are you setting watches? Like how are you getting through your night here?
One person per.
I think we should set watches.
One person.
Yeah, I think we need 3 watches. Is my recollection, right, David?
Okay. So let's. I recommend looking at it. So if we go through order, Arthur 1, attest to Banjo 3, Kythar 4, Galdar Fast, Reed,
Wait.
Galdar.
Okay.
You're gonna have
Wait, what do you-
5,
You're gonna have everybody stay up for an
Go
hour or
6.
what?
Reed, shut the fuck. Reed 6.
You
Ryder,
don't need
what the
that
hell
many
are you talking
watches.
We're gonna roll a dice,
All right,
motherfucker.
can somebody, Kythar, I think you're gonna go to bed. You go to bed.
You see my pack, and it's been like rifled through, and the bottle of alcohol that I have is just like
It's
splayed
empty.
out.
I'm gonna say, Reed, do you know any lullabies?
I said one.
Come get your boy.
You guys. All right, now Kythar's going to be me. Fuck it.
Oh.
Reed and Kythar ain't saying shit.
Yeah, Reed's up helping Simone anyway, and so if Kythar's out, that leaves Arthur, Atesk, Galfast, and Rowan. What are you guys doing for the night?
We're talking about watches, right?
In general, how do you guys spend your night?
Yeah, I feel like Galfast would be done fussing over Banjo. I'd probably have like a book, or I'm looking at the map, and I'd say, we need to establish watches. I can take the first one. We need 3 for the night, don't we? Is my recollection.
Rowan's going to take the second, and Arthur can take the third.
Oh, puto marrow.
Me.
And as your party, loudly snores behind you guys, and you kind of settle in for.
Wait, how loudly? You said
You
loudly,
know
how
that
loudly?
sound is muted under your dome. It doesn't matter to you guys loudly,
Okay.
but you know that is not going to be the same to everybody else who's outside of the effects of this magical lantern. This magical lantern is super clutch, and you guys straight up just carried it around with you for like days before you figured out what it did. So I love that. So watch begins. I'm not gonna have anybody roll any checks or anything specifically for watches. What I am gonna say in a general sense is that each of you on watch, this place is mostly quiet. It's one of the like kind of hallmarks of the Great Below is just like how eerily silent everything always is down here. And so when that silence is broken, even from quite a distance away, echoing off of all these like caverns and ridges, like sound is very distorted, and it's hard to like tell where things come from if they come from any kind of distance. And you guys basically spend your night, looking out over this ridge, not able to really see or hear a whole lot except for the occasional like distant sound of some kind of like creature calling, or maybe the occasional sound of a like rock formation, shifting slightly, and something like tumbling down. The echo of some noise that's impossible to tell the original source of, just super quiet and faint. But each of you throughout your watches sees some of these like mosquito bats like flying around overhead, and the closest they probably get to you guys is, I'd say, like 600 feet away, 800 feet away, pretty far, and those are like outliers. One in 7 get that close, but you guys probably see like 30 of these things over the course of the night, like 10 apiece. Like every 5 minutes or more often, there's one or more of these things just kind of like flapping around out there in the distance. And for those of you who don't have greater night vision, you're able to just like make out these like kind of like shapes and forms moving around. But the kind of giveaway is that long like nose that they have that they use to suck out bones with. So it's a very like active night. But as a reminder, unless these things are doing that like humming thing, they fly almost silently. And especially because that like sound distortion kind of works a little bit both ways. Like you can still hear stuff outside. It's just like a little bit like wah, 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 wah. It's a harrowing night, I guess is what I'll say for you guys. But like nothing crawls out from below. There are no like you guys remember using this lantern to hide from like a giant who was straight up stomping around and tearing shit up, and like these like exploding hellhounds. Like none of that. Nothing like stumbles into your camp. But there are like a bunch of these. There are a bunch of these mosquito bats flying around that do become kind of like less and less frequent. But even the last one of you guys on a watch even the last watch still probably sees 3 or 4 of these things over the course of their hour, as the rest period winds up, as dawn comes, so to speak, though there is no sun here. So you guys kind of like make it through this night and awake largely refreshed. Everybody except Reed has earned themselves the ability to hit that bed icon on your character sheet to refresh your hit points and your spell slots. Reed's the only one who will not be able to do that because he stayed up taking care of Simone. What would you guys like to do here? You do know the like general direction that you need to head to get to this site on this map that you're holding, Galfast. You would estimate that at a good pace, you could be there in a couple of hours. At a so-so pace, you could be there by lunch. And at a terrible pace, it'll take you, you'll get there sometime afternoon. Like it'll take way too long, to climb up and down all these spires of stone, depending on how your group does. What would you guys like to do?
Three, 2. So Simone's gonna wake up and be like, oh, and it was gonna feel like my healed shoulder. Oh, I feel great. Reed, Reed, how are you, fool?
Well, doing fine. Didn't get hit. Didn't get beat up too bad yesterday.
Reed, do you help resuscitate Simone a little bit? So just said.
Yeah, I mean, sure. What do you need from me? Do you need a roll or a check or anything?
No, you are the only character who did not get the benefit of a long rest because you stayed up and used an 8-hour period to heal Simone's bone rot, and he is now cured, but at the cost of your rest period.
But you did
Wait,
roll really well, and you healed him.
I don't think
Yeah.
I was doing that
You-
last time. I think that was.
No. It was I enacted that because you're full HP, full, and plus like temporary. Well, you're fine.
I literally
Your
don't
character's
think
fine.
you've spent any abilities. I
Yeah.
think mechanically
Yeah, you're
it doesn't
good,
make
bud.
a difference for you.
Okay.
You didn't lose anything from what I did.
But I
so.
do become exhausted faster, correct?
Yeah, I mean, technically, but we do a lot of. I would not worry about it. I would not worry about a lot of that right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're good, baby.
If you push it again today, there will be consequences. But if you can make it to a normal rest period at the end of the day, no harm, no foul.
Got it.
So
Hey, everybody, I'm here.
So the group.
Hey!
The group awakens. Simone no longer has this marrow rot. You guys had, those of you on watch. Do you want to share with the group what you saw throughout the night?
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. I would. Gathas would say, some more were flying overhead. We have and I'll kind of point at the map and I'll say, well, if we stay low and move quickly, we should be there by lunchtime. If not, it'll take longer.
Oh, well, let's move quickly, fool.
Okay. Kythar is speak up now. And that's in person. Okay. Well, whoever has better tracking should be able to lead the front and hear what's going on. So, who's better trained?
I have pretty good tracking.
Who's I?
You're looking at Galfast, who just spoke.
Okay. Well, I'm trained. Galfast, what are you?
I'm gonna laugh, and I am. Wait, which skill are you looking at?
Survival.
My friend, you are looking at an expert in the field.
Oh.
Literally.
My bad.
In
My
the
bad.
field.
Okay, where have you been through this entire fucking encounter?
You guys have
It's a
followed
really
him
good-
everywhere. You guys have literally not stopped following Galfast down here.
Yeah.
I'm going to nudge Rowan and say, look, I think repeated head trauma over time will eventually result in
One too many bangs of his own hammer.
I agree. We need to
The
get
underground-
everybody to a hospital at some point to get everyone checked out.
I know that
Everyone.
CTE is a big issue in the underground boxing community.
Arthur hearing the survival comment going, Galfast and I have been doing a fair amount of tracking this whole time.
I'm gonna be like, hey, Kythar, did that mosquito suck out your brain too, fool?
No, just sucked out my head.
Before Galfast makes his next survival roll, I'm going to give him guidance.
Nice. So Galfast, let me see here. Galfast knows the way. Survival is no longer the issue at this point. What you guys are doing is traversing difficult terrain. So you can you can give that to one person for their athletics check instead. The back half is slightly easier than the front half is. It's a DC 25 athletics check to, if everybody makes it, you guys get there in a couple hours. If most of you guys make it, the majority of you guys make it, you'll be there by lunch. If less than that make it, then, this is going to eat up basically another travel day. But you can give guidance to one person for that role if you like.
Okay.
You said
I also
DC
have-
25.
That's right.
We're not making it, guys.
Well, I have a I have a 25 in
Survival?
athletics, so I just have to roll.
I was about to say some of you have a modifier of 4, and some of you have a modifier of 25. So
Right,
Reed
yeah.
literally can't fail it, and some of you guys literally can't make it, and that's just the way that it
Well,
works.
he can fail.
My pitch is, David, could I help somebody here? You know, maybe our weaker members.
Yeah,
Uh,
looking over, you see Galfast's beer belly hanging out over his
You
And
can
shoes.
pick. Here's what you can do. You can pick one player, and the amount
Uh-huh.
that you get over the DC, you can add. They can add to their total.
Can I?
Okay,
Can I?
okay.
Can I give my belt of giant strength +2 to somebody?
Network. Welcome in, bud. Your belt.
Network.
Yeah, you can just take off your. Yeah, network's here. You can just take off your belt and give it to somebody. if
Yeah,
you
no,
want.
I'm gonna take off my belt. I'm not using the +2 because I already have a 23 to athletics. Who needs the help?
Even if I roll a nat 20, I would still fail by 1. So
You're
What
getting
if
the
what
belt.
if you get guidance from Reed also?
then if I rolled a nat 20, I would meet with the. Yeah, I mean, like I
Okay,
like,
so-
can't physically hoist myself up some of these rocks. Like literally, I'm like,
Can I
Don't
tie
forget, we have a.
Can,
Don't forget, everybody, we have a special rope.
can
Here,
I
no,
tie-
no. Here,
yeah,
and here's
can
what
you
I'll say
tie-
about that. The last time you used the special rope, you used it as almost like a safety net, so that like nobody could like if you critically failed, nobody could like fall to their death. Alternatively, you can use this to auto succeed with one person, but then if somebody critically fails, it will not exist as a safety net.
is die.
Well, there'll be like a reflex save and a chance, like it'll start
Yeah,
to
there's
go
chance,
bad.
There's a chance.
Um,
Okay,
but,
we should
yeah.
probably give it to. We should probably give it to Galfast.
Well, I think some other
Galfast, what
people-
is your who has the lowest athletics?
Can we ask that question?
Yeah, I mean,
Well,
Yeah,
you can look in the party thing too.
Right.
If we
Yeah, I'm just
open the
looking
sheet,
around.
and it would,
Yeah.
and at a glance you can tell, kind of who's
probably
who's in
a
better shape.
task.
It doesn't show everybody's stats for me. I just
Yeah,
see-
it's only going to show the highest. So if they're not on there, it's probably
Here's
they
an
probably
idea.
don't have a good one.
So I'm gonna use my overage with the task.
You can click
And-
on
and-
the skill under that sheet, and it'll pull up everybody's individual. Just where it says like acrobatics +18, you can click on that, and it'll pull up everybody's individual modifiers.
You can put it in the chat too,
Oh, can you?
the D&D chat.
Party skills, athletics. You hover over athletics, and you can see everybody's plus.
Oh, I guess it is hovering, not clicking.
Galfast has a +4. Bort has a +10. How does Bort have a better one than you, Galfast?
He's an animal. He's got 4
Or-
legs.
yeah, he's got. I have a beer belly. What do you want?
An ale belly. Okay, ale.
I'm giving my
Mead.
belt to Galfast for the +2.
Oh,
So he
I
has a
see.
+6.
Okay, you see me struggling with it. It won't. I can't quite latch it.
I have some zip ties to help that.
What's a zip tie?
Zip tie?
Jesus Christ. I have leather to help tie with that. Leather string. We can allow that.
And when you pull out the leather string, your pants fall.
I was literally about to say, yeah. Damn it, Anthony, you beat me to it. You beat me to
As
it.
Mo and Curly walk up.
Oh, man.
I'm trying to help you. Fuck you.
Here's some rope.
Uh,
We kept 3
Here's-
miles of rope spare on every Navy ship.
How much do you have on you now?
what's a mile? How many is that in kilometers?
SI is not D&D, right?
Freedom miles. What is freedom miles?
Oh, my God.
How
SI
many knots
was
is
invented
that?
in like the 18th to the dawn of the 19th century.
That's funny.
Roman mile, sorry. We'll keep it.
Okay.
See, here I was thinking you were talking about nautical miles, so.
Yeah, I thought that's it.
All right.
Yeah, there's a lot of knots there.
All right, we gotta.
Yeah, let's move
Rain
on.
it.
Come on.
Let's rope this in.
Good night, everybody.
I'm signing off.
It's been real.
Yeah. So let's roll. Let's roll, baby. Let's do this.
So first, your DM needs to know a couple of major facts. Galfast has this giant spell. Who are you casting guidance on? Reed. Oh, I got a text from Joe. Maybe he DC'd.
No. I'm here. I'm
Okay.
here. That's just that's Wednesday business.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna give it to a Tesk. Is that correct?
Galfast.
Galfast.
Galfast. Yeah, I'll give it to Galfast
Oh.
then.
You can
Right.
give,
Give it to Galfast.
Yeah.
What are you guys doing with your magical grappling hook?
we are using it to save anybody that fails.
So you're using it. You're not going to make anybody auto succeed. You're going to keep it as your failsafe. You got
100%.
it. Yeah, that for whatever it's worth is the move I would have made. Perfect. So then I will need athletics checks from all of you guys. These are public rolls. If you'd like to use a hero point, you can just do that and roll with advantage. Or after you can wait until you see what your result is if you want to. But I need athletics checks from everybody across the board. DC 25. Really, what you're looking for is most of you to make this save. So 4 out of the 7 of you make it. This will be good for you guys.
Oh my lord! Do you want me to barely make it?
Do you want me to
barely
decide who's
make
getting my
that.
overage first?
You have to decide who's getting your overage first. And actually, you should have done that before you rolled. So decide now. Now, right now. Who's doing it? Who you helping?
A test.
Great.
Damn it.
Oh
Then,
no! Not Rowan.
No, Rowan.
No.
Oh, we're looking pretty. We're looking healthy. Well, he didn't. Oh wait.
No.
Oh wait, that's bad.
No, so Reed covers a task easy there. Rowan is the only one who doesn't make it.
He got my +2. He
I
gets my
have
+2. I gave him the +2 belt.
No, you gave it to
Oh, no,
you
I
gave
gave
it to Galfast.
Yeah, I get it.
It's fine. Rowan
Can I-
definitely
can I
slows.
Reflex?
He doesn't fall, man. You're fine. Let me do my thing. He doesn't fall. You guys are using this grappling hook as a failsafe, so even if he critically failed, somebody would have just looked down at him, blinked, and there would have been a rope in his hand to catch himself. So there's never any risk of that. What happens is you guys essentially are able to get to your destination by lunch. It's still a few hours of hard scrabbling. Go ahead, Galfast.
I have not rolled yet.
You have not rolled yet. It will not matter statistically, but go for it. You could critically fail, I guess. But
Sorry, because I was just going to clarify. So I'm getting a +2 from a belt, and then Reed, did you give me your +1?
He gave you
for
guidance, so a nat 20
Okay,
meets or exceeds.
Because I could still roll a 1 and change this whole situation.
Well, you have
Don't
you guys are
count me
saving
out.
you guys are saving the grappling hook, so that's what I'm saying. It's
We
one
just
of those,
used it on. Ooh, nice.
No. You guys aren't. You guys are not falling at the same time. This takes 4 hours. Rowan falls. Starts to
Got
fall
it.
2 hours in. You fall 3 hours in. You know what I mean? All right.
This is
I mean,
the
if you want me to throw you guys down a pit and kill you instantly, I will. You just have to ask, If
I love this.
That's why we're fucking.
Well,
Let him talk. He'll get to it.
I think Soto just blue screened. Like when your sound goes out whenever your computer crashes. It's on.
Oh man.
You're like watching YouTube and then it does a
Eyes glazed over.
Damn it.
All right.
I'm trying to help.
So after you did. I love how supportive you guys are. I love. It is something that makes me chuckle. I'm thinking okay, we'll start with a healing roll, an athletics roll, and a little bit of talking about how we're going to go about our day. This will take 10 minutes in my in my session prep, and we're coming up on an hour of game time, and you guys have woken up, decided how you're going to climb some rocks, and climbed some rocks. You know what I mean?
You should know better.
I love
you
it.
should know better.
No, I love it. It makes it really stretches my prep, But as you guys spend this 3 or 4 hours, this is honestly most of this prep was done last week. As you guys spend 3 or 4 hours scrambling over these rocks, you do on a couple of instances need to, as Rowan loses his, his footing temporarily, let me see here. You've got probably, Kythar there to catch him. Tesk has a similar moment, but Reed has been, standing there shoulder to shoulder with him, and he's so light that I want to imagine a moment where he kind of like slips and Reed just kind of like grabs him and just like kind of like picks him up and like sets him back down on a rock kind of thing. And over the course of, this time you guys get to about your like midday break in your travel. Fortunately, like with how super intense this terrain is for you guys to traverse, Galfast originally was looking for like a road or a path because the gnome made just like a very general comment, like don't walk too close to the water. So Galfast interpreted that, basically as conservatively as he could, and you guys are staying way, way, way off the water to do this, but you're in this like super difficult terrain. There wasn't like an obvious path. But the trade-off for that seems to be that like nothing else is really traversing this space either. And so you guys are able to make it to, this like kind of like rough point on this destination. You get to you scrabble up to one of these higher stone peaks where you have a little bit more of a vantage point of the surrounding area. And a vantage point, it's not a vista by any stretch of the imagination, because there are still different spires of stone which obscure your view, but kind of like, you've now reached the point to where there is something that, if not a path, is a walkable stretch of terrain rather than something that you have to climb and scrabble on hands and knees, and across from and on the other side of that you see the first obviously like, man-made structure since you crash landed in the fort, right out the gate, since you guys have been down here. And it is this like, it's this like set of archways set into, this it like obviously descends into one of these pieces of stone, because you can see there's like an upper level, a lower courtyard, and then you can see like where the rock has like kind of like crumbled away in places, and there are like gaps in it. You can see that there is like some kind of like descending staircase or something, which disappears into, imagine like if you have a plant, like most of this structure is underground, is a bulb, right? And that's like apparent to you guys just from here, and the way that you're looking at it. As the steps are not where you are standing, but you can see them, in front of the building. Like there are super rough cut hewn stone, steps, not even a bunch of them are crumbling away. But they're like, this was and is something that was used at some point in like a real way, that's not just like a tunnel that a worm made, right? And so you guys like see this structure, but even from here, Galfast and anyone else with I'll just give it to everybody as you guys kind of get closer. You guys are able to see there are unmoving figures standing, crawling, laying down outside of this place, probably like 7 to 10 of them. But like one of them looks like they don't have an arm, and another one that's laying down looks like it's just somebody from like the waist up. And
go ahead.
No, please.
Would Reed recognize this as undead, just like off the bat?
No, I mean they're not moving. So
okay.
No,
Yeah,
does not appear to be undead from this distance. Reed, do you have what's your flavor of dark vision right now?
You know what?
Next
I
day.
just remembered that I bought
Oh
a
my
greater dark vision potion in that last town we were in.
Okay, you still do have to spend the gold for it, which I want to say they're 50 or something.
Yeah, happy to do that.
But
Also, do you have the ability to sense undead or sense evil?
I don't have the ability to sense evil. I can give you a religion check.
No, I was just wondering because
guys
I don't
are
think that
definitely-
requires like a perception.
You guys are definitely
You know what I
too
mean?
far away to make out any specific details from where you're at. As per the usual, I'm giving you base details you can see from a distance, and then it's up to you guys to tell me how you approach and what you do.
Gotcha.
Right, so they're not moving.
I'm gonna go to A-Test and be like, "Is this your shrine, fool?"
I'll inspect the shrine. 'Cause I don't know if it's mine, right? Not sure.
You're not sure if it's what?
If it's my shrine.
If it's your shrine.
The one-
The
The one we've been looking for this whole time.
yeah,
Or,
I mean,
the-
like, you, based on the Deep Gnome's description and the updates you've been getting from Galfast, who's following the map, you have reason to believe that this is that location.
Yeah, Simone. I think we're here. I think we finally made it.
I'm like, "How sure are you, fool?"
Well, I'll kind of look over. I mean, it's as sure as I can be with the information that I have. We could see if it works. We can, use it to get out of here. Maybe it's broken. It's kind of what we came here to find, right?
I don't
Maybe.
know if it's what we. I thought we were looking for a city. I'm gonna look over at him. That doesn't look like a city to me, fool.
Like an ancient magical city. It's probably in ruins. Down here.
Yeah, but that is not big enough to be a city, fool. That's like a building.
Well, maybe there's more buildings behind it. I don't know.
I'm gonna look. I'm like, we've only seen one building the whole time we've been down here, and it's the one we fell down into.
Pythor, do you have your helmet on?
Kyler's on this chair.
Fuck.
That's a good idea, though.
Good idea,
Kaithar
Reed.
does not have his helmet on, but Kaithar can
Hey
put
man,
the helmet on.
it showed us the past last time.
Okay. It's great. I don't have it in my fucking equipment because I never got it back. I need to talk to DM about that. Anywho, Kaithar puts his helm on, rolls a perception.
He puts the helm on, and his vision does not appear to change. If you want to roll perception, that's fine. What are you looking for?
A path.
You don't need a perception for that. You can see a path.
A safe path.
You don't see anything on it other than these near the base of the structure. There are these unmoving figures, but 90% of the way from here to there, there's nothing there.
You almost got him. You almost slipped up. I'm gonna be like,
I can put some shit there if you want to fight your way down a narrow ass path where one push will knock you to your death. I'm happy to set up that encounter right now.
I'm not here to upset the DM. Okay, I'm not here to upset the DM. So I'm gonna de-escalate. I'm gonna be like, those figures are unknown. and so Simone's gonna be like, well, why'd you stop here, Puto? Let's keep going. And I'm yelling at Galfast for that.
I tell Galfast with the helmet on, it's like, I don't see anything different.
It makes you blind, doesn't it, fool? Like, of course you're not gonna see anything.
No, he just no, I like this. These were here from back when this helmet was. Yeah, this is still here. There's no
Reed, what's he
difference.
saying? What's he saying?
I don't know, but under his breath, while Kaithar's like doing his thing, just like just rambling.
Is he speaking in tongues? Is Iomade speaking through him, fool?
Reed under his breath is gonna be like, Iomade, if you do anything, please just show him what the city used to look like. We can keep walking, but like, I'm curious if there was an ancient city here at some point to like see if he would see it restored.
That is not knowledge that Reed has, and he, as has been the case, still appears to be it still gets no contact back from Iomade.
Okay.
Yeah, I think
This is
Galfast is leading.
very old. These are very old, even older than Iomade.
Yeah, I
I don't know
mean,
what to tell you.
yeah, they're definitely made of rock. It's definitely cut into this structure, and like, if you guys are gonna get even, a third of the way there, you'll start walking on these like stone steps that, looking down, are obviously extremely old.
Like it's like what I'm trying to reiterate. These are older than Iomade.
Yeah.
This helmet is as
Okay.
old as Iomade.
All right, Flu, let's go. Galfast.
Older than Iomade.
All right, who's
Voice down.
who's doing what? Who's doing
Yeah.
what?
Yeah, I think we're walking, right?
Yeah, I'm leading the way. I'm walking and I'm doing perception checks. I do have greater dark vision, and I'm looking at the figures.
Right.
I guess I'm trying to decide. I'm trying to understand if they're like stone, or if they're just bad guys taking a nap.
Roll that perception check. That is, and for whatever it's worth, that is the kind of perception check that I love to hear. I'm rolling a perception check, focusing on this thing. Here's my hypothesis. I'd like an answer to it. Like that. That's a great deal for me. And I, of course, will always throw in extra stuff. Galfast, you are unable to determine the material that they're made from at a distance, but they are completely unmoving. They are not breathing. They are not flinching. They have not changed their positioning at all in the time that it takes you guys to walk the, quarter mile or so, around this bend, up these steps to get within whatever distance you guys would like to get within it. But as you get closer, I will say that you are able to kind of get within spitting distance of the first one. It's the one that's like missing an arm, and you can see that it is straight up a statue. Material unknown, but it is straight up a statue. With like the arm is missing, but there's also like a huge chunk of the chest, which is gone also. And then as you kind of like glance over to another one of the figures laying nearby, it's one of the ones that's just like a torso from the waist up. And it's like you can see the hands are in like this kind of position, right? Like one hand extended, palm up, the other one kind of like blocking the face, head turned away. Yeah, so go ahead.
Okay, so which way is it? So Galfast will be picturing, something turned them to stone or created them. I don't know. What way are they facing? Like if they were facing a direction where this happened, where would that origination
They're
be?
kind of like grouped, right? There's like 2 or 3 of them where they're all like turned towards this point, like near the building, and then another group, another pair of them, which are kind of like more turned towards the outer, ridge. But like there's like 3 or 4 almost like focal points, right? Like throughout this space where they are like oriented towards. But most of them are grouped to within 200 to 300 feet of like the base of the structure.
Got it. So few groups, and they seem to be. They were facing in different directions when they were turned into statues.
Right, but not like there were like 2 or 3 of them that were all facing the same direction, right? That were all like if you were to draw a line to where they were looking, like 3 of those lines would intersect at a point in the middle. And then there's another group of 2 that are both kind of like looking, in a V shape towards what would be the same point. And then there's another group of 3 that are all, if you were to draw lines from where their eyes are, that are like meeting, 20 feet or so.
All to the
them.
same point?
Yeah, but they're clumped. So there's,
okay.
So put 2 or 3 points on a map, and here.
Yeah, I think I follow.
Cool.
What point? So following their gaze.
Medusa?
Is it like, I guess, are they staring directly at where this building is, or like in front of it on that lattice, on that catwalk, or
There's one clump of them on that catwalk, looking at just like a point on the balcony. There's one group of it at like the base of these stairs, kind of like looking towards the middle of the stairs. And then there's another one like right outside the door at the top, like looking towards the door.
Okay, I follow. Okay, so I'm gonna stop the group at the first group of statues that we come to. I'm gonna stop everyone.
And none of the statues are complete.
Yeah, got it.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna say, does anybody seen what would do this? A task. This doesn't look good. I don't think these
Yeah.
are. They look like statues, but I think they were people at one point.
Let me.
What the hell is this place, a task?
It's scary. It's interesting. I'm gonna cast detect magic on the things.
You cast detect magic on it, and I don't believe that you get a magical reading on it. I will confirm that for you while we take our break. It's 8:04. We'll come back from our break at 8:15 as you guys like approach this building and continue to do your thing. And I will remind me, Tesk, I might forget, but I will give you the results of that detect magic when we come back. So
Cool. Sounds
10-minute
good.
break. Back at
Thanks.
8:15. Yep.
Thanks.
Yeah. Bye.
Sorry, I'm trying to get back into
All right.
the morning workout.
I am live. And so when we left for our break, you guys were kind of like standing amongst a group of 3 different like statues. One of them with like a, standing but with an arm broken off. Another one on the, like just a torso on the ground. Another one really more like bits and pieces than an entire, figure. But, as you kind of like are looking around, you've made out that there are a bunch of these like focal points that the statues seem to be like pointed towards, kind of like scattered around the grounds here. And Galfast had like brought you all together, and you guys were kind of like discussing how you're going to proceed. So you guys are standing there in the, in this kind of like grouping of statues with a, wide cavernous opening on your left, and then a set of, stairs on the right, which like wind all the way around the back side of the building and, like come back up on that patio up there. What would you guys like to do?
I'd like to inspect the. Okay, so number 1, because I went to sleep, I'm gonna summon Wilb. That's gonna be number 1.
Okay.
And then number 2 is I'd like to inspect the statues. I'd like to see if they are. I'd like to see if I can guess an age for them.
Okay.
Like how long have they been here? I guess you know what I mean.
Sounds good. There was also a detect magic spell which a test did on them, and so if you give me a second here.
And I'll give you more detail on what I'm specifically looking for, by the way. Whenever you, yeah. What about everyone else?
Kythar, after his rest, is trying to see if he can start a fire for bacon and eggs.
Yeah, because you guys are at your lunch break, basically.
What are you going to start a fire with?
Oh, so starting a fire sounds like a bad idea.
Kythar's is doing it. Who's gonna stop him?
Reed's gonna stop them.
What's Reed gonna say?
Yeah, so Reed sees Kythar pull out a flint and steel and starts like looking around for flammable material.
Now, hang on, Kythar, can you see right now?
Well, hold on. Is the dome still around us?
No, you guys have been out
dome?
from under the dome for half. Remember, we did all the athletics check, and you guys like scampered for half a day.
No.
The dome.
We literally just did that before the break.
No, I remember the dome. I don't remember going away.
That's what all the athletics checks were. You were giving away your giant's belt.
Yeah.
The dome is stayed. We slept and then we traveled all day, and the dome will be good. And it takes 24 hours to reset.
Because you gave your giant's belt to Galfast, who who scampered with it, and now you guys have like arrived here at your like midday point, because though not all of you guys made it, enough of you made it to like make decent time, basically.
We're getting ready to walk past the zombies. You just put your helmet on.
So Kythar's still making
you're standing next to them. They're not zombies. You look around and see nothing obvious to burn. Kythar, what are you gonna burn for that fire?
He peeled off bottom half of his tunic.
Hey, now hear me out, man. This is
what? I'm hungry. I'm hungry.
It is completely dark in here.
I'm hungry. Yeah.
Everything here is used to complete darkness. I'll give you some of my trail rations for you to not start a fire.
2 of your trail rations, and he has the literal flint to the stone right now.
Jesus Christ, man. Yeah, I'll give you 2, I guess.
All right. You convinced me. I'll take both of his trail rations.
Yeah. Thanks for not getting us all killed.
Yeah, I'm hungry. I don't know what to tell you.
Oh, it's your fault. And so I'd like to inspect the statues, and what I'm looking for is like I'm trying to see if there's like, most statues that Simone has seen has been in like cities
Right.
where like the idea of the statue is to like, show some sort of pose or like some sort of like, resemblance to some like major figure. And there's not a lot of like extra detail on the statues. Like Simone's gonna be looking to see if there's like pouches hanging from the belts or like things that like there'd be no reason for someone to carve out of nowhere and just leave here. Like, because Simone has an inkling that statues in the middle of a fucking plateau where there's where there's nobody really to, it's not a place a normal statue would be at. That something, caused. These were people once, and something caused this.
Yeah, I mean,
that's my inkling.
Go ahead and give me your own perception check. I feel like that's an appropriate place to do that.
Perception. It's on the front page. That's what it is. Perception. Roll.
Second.
Hey!
Nice. Yeah, I mean, you're the one that does it for you, Simone, that you're like, this is wild and crazy, is that one of the statues has a chain, like a necklace chain on it, but it's one of the ones it's kind of like kicked sideways, and the chain like comes off the neck and the shoulder and like droops down with gravity with each like individual fucking link with a hole in it, all the way down, as if it were, if it were carved, it would be carved so that like gravity is correct for the position that it's in now, right? But that's like that's like an insane detail to put into something. But I will go further than that and say, as you're looking around, like every single one of these figures seems to have. Let me take that back. Most of these figures seem to have some kind of like intensity about them. Where they are like grimacing or, or they have widened eyes or open mouths, all in like action poses, right? But there is occasionally, one or two of them that is in, there's like one in particular that's it's standing by the door, that's in a like almost perfectly neutral stance. But all the rest of them have these like are in like action poses and are like grimacing and have these like other effects and stuff about them. But the details in them are absolutely insane. Like you were talking about pouches and stuff. There are like individual locks of hair that have like broken off, at points from just like things walking through or whatever. But like it's it's like I said, that chain is really what's sticking with you. That it's like that's either the best stonemason, one of the 3 best stonemasons in the world came down here and made these, or something else is going on with them, right?
Yeah. I'm going to point that out to Atesk as he's like, I can see him like using his detect magic, like his eyes are glowing as he's like trying to inspect, right? And I'm going to be like, hey, fool, look at this, Atesk. I've never seen stonework like this before. Stones don't naturally go this way, fool. And I'm going to point at this necklace.
No,
Belfast,
you're right.
don't you know something about stones?
And Atesk, as you are casting detect magic, most of these figures have no magical element to them. However, the one that is like mostly complete by the front door has like the absolute faintest emanation of magic that you could ever it's a minuscule trace amount, but it's the same like kind of register that you get off of like a fellow magic user. Like it's inherent magic, not like these items have these like weird occult magic or they have this like whatever magic. Like this is the whatever's in this statue is like the absolute basest magic that is in people or beings or whatever. This one in particular is a dwarf so it's pretty like low to the ground. But like I said, it's just like the famous blip. But it's the only magical essence you get out of any of these statues.
Yeah, there's only a couple things I know that can turn somebody to stone like this.
Kythar's mama?
Wait, is this one a dwarf?
Well, you know a few things.
Just-
Could you let us know what a few of those things are?
Yeah, hold on. I'm on to something here.
Then why'd you ask a question, fool?
I'm working through it in real time. David,
Yeah.
I'd like to do a perception check on the dwarf one. Does he look like intact?
The dwarf one looks largely intact. Yeah, it's missing. It's missing a leg, but because it's like so low to the ground and the feet and the leg is so wide, it's still like rooted by the one leg that's standing.
Do any of them look like if I tried to cast Dispel Magic on them that they wouldn't be in a crazy intense amount of pain?
Let me see here.
I'm gonna be like that one, fool. The one that's neutral by the door.
With your background, no roll required. You know that unless they were missing a limb when they were petrified, they will be in agony. Like if the limb came off while they were stone, they 100% will come back bleeding out, and in immense pain. If that was the case originally, you just know that about things that get turned to stone and then come back. If you wanted to, if you wanted to roll to get a possible laundry list of like things that could turn something to stone, I would take one of your academia rolls, but it is going to be a fairly high DC because it is it's like a niche kind of deal here. I'd say that's probably a DC 25 to be able to get a list of possibles.
I feel like a Tusk would know at least two ways, just kind of right. So there's the petrification spell, and then there'd be like a basilisk, something like that.
Something like that, right?
Is there more than that? But I don't. Tusk would think that's everything.
Give me an academia roll.
Okay, great.
Wait, we're speaking parcel tongue, right?
Yep.
Okay.
I was telling him to get off of you. It didn't seem like it.
Those two are the only two that a test can recall, and the basilisk is the only one that he can specifically name.
Okay, so.
But yes, there's a spell that can do that also, which you touched on.
Yeah, so Reed, there's a spell. You were asking about it earlier. I'm done cooking. Spell that can convert flesh to stone, and then there's also at least the basilisk can do it too. So that's all I know. If you wanted specifics.
So
basilisk, fool? What the fuck is a basilisk?
I guess that's a fair question, David. Are you going by the traditional head of a chicken, tail of a?
So I'm gonna pull back the curtain here a little bit. Tyler rolled a natural 1. So Tyler, you have to describe whatever you think a test thinks a basilisk is.
Cool. It's kind of like a lizard, but don't look at it.
Okay.
Yeah, it'll turn you to stone, which is what happened. I'll kind of point around to all these people. I
And
guess I don't know.
And there's no way, Mr. College of the Arcane Arts, to determine if this is indeed magic or not.
Oh, it's definitely magic. It's one of these couple of
I see.
magical things.
Basilisks
tell
are
which one.
magical lizards, then.
Yeah. Would a regular lizard turn you to stone, Reed?
Adjusted,
I don't know what
hands
lives-
on hips, leaning forward.
Please tell me you know that.
He's got a
I don't
point,
know
Reed.
what lives down here. There's a lot of crazy things.
A regular
Have you-
lizard, Reed.
Have you seen Little Guy?
Oh my god.
I would imagine
Actually,
it's
I haven't.
What about my
Arthur
marrow? Puto?
He's like gnawing on like a stone foot, and like you can hear the like clink 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 of his like teeth on the stone, and then he like gets frustrated and like throws it away. It like toe breaks off.
I can try and dispel one of them, see if it's something that can be dispelled, but you know.
How about
The
we
leg's
continue
broken.
in, fool?
Okay,
How about we
let's
just
do that.
continue in?
They're lost souls anyway.
And Simone will continue like into the door, into the archway.
So you guys make your
Of that
way
building.
like up around these, this like stone stairway, past the like porch area that the like balcony that had a couple of stone figures on it, and make your way past this one-legged stone dwarf, and as you like come through the archway and like look up, there's this like big domed place, and a bunch of the like windows have like collapsed in, so where they were like archways with beautiful stonework, they're now just kind of like holes where the mortar has kind of or where the stone rather has just kind of like eroded away. There at the top is this like there's like a chunk of the ceiling which is just like completely missing. It's just like a hole up there, and then there's a big spiral staircase leading downward, which has these like huge chunks and like gouges that are like missing out of it. Like there's one chunk that's like missing out of the wall, and there's one step that's like been broken in half and is crumbling away, and they're like at intervals going down the top part of the stairway that you can see. There is another couple of figures in here, but calling them figures I guess is not quite right. There are various pieces of statue in here, arms, toes, fingers, an ear, a nose, a foot, but there are no like complete statues in here.
I'm gonna be like, is there a brain in here for Kythar?
What are you talking about? I got a brain.
I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna shrug my shoulders and be like, all right, let's go.
Yeah, let's go with him.
Simone heads
I mean,
down
I was-
the stairwell. Kythar
Yep.
follows, and the rest of you guys follow suit, presumably? Question mark.
Trail behind.
As
Yeah.
we are walking by, I'm gonna grab one of the fingers and be like, "Hey, Tess, I think I get your point," and I'm gonna point the finger.
Oh my god.
I do
Hey
love
man,
that.
that's rude.
I
It's
do
dead.
love that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's not technically
I'm gonna
dead
be-
yet, Reed.
And then I'm gonna grab
Oh.
some broken broken toes, and I'm like, "This place really keeps you on your toes." I'm gonna show the toes. I can do this all day, putos.
I really like that. So you guys descend down.
I mean, you see Simone looking around for more body parts to do puns with.
He's just gonna like grab him by the shoulders while he's scrounging. He's gonna pick him up and move him along.
Yeah,
I'm like, it's just too many
as you pick
fingers.
him up, Simone scoops up a nose. He's like, "I've got a nose for adventure," and you guys.
I like that.
Thank you. I thought you might. And you guys could. I don't have an NPC in this scene, so I gotta hijack you guys. You guys. I guess I could be a little guy. You guys head down
I'd be
this. Go for it.
Keep an eye out, fool, and I'm gonna show an eyeball,
Nice,
like a stone
nice,
eyeball.
nice.
Whatever you do, don't break a leg.
I know. Picks up two halves broken at the knee of a leg, like sticks them together, pulls them apart.
In the next scene, we're going to learn that these guys literally can be brought back to life very easily. Or all we have to do is kill the whatever creature turned them, and they all turn back into humans.
I know. Just everyone's
Look, my
writhing. There's
eyes!
blood everywhere.
Where's that gif of my eyes?
You guys, that's so good. You guys head down this spiral staircase, and you end up in this, after descending what is probably the equivalent of like 7 or 8 stories down, right? It descends for a while, and periodically throughout, there are these like huge marks and like chunks of like stone that are missing. And you like hit the bottom of this stairwell, and it opens up into this like round, like cylindrical chamber that's probably I don't know, it's probably I think like 30 or 40 feet across, something like that. So a fairly large space, maybe even more than that. Maybe it's 50 feet across, and there are closed iron doors down a set of hallways to your left and right, flanking you on either side as you come down off the edge of the staircase. And nothing behind you. There's no door back there, and in front of you there is the remnants of one of those doors, which has been like busted off of its hinges, and is like kind of like swinging open, and in kind of like resting on the ground near it is this huge like bell, this huge like dark metal bell, that is just like lying in rest, like the clappers skidded across the room kind of thing, and it's it like broke in half when it landed and has been sitting here for ever, is kind of the impression that it gives. So you've got one like busted open doorway leading down a dark tunnel that disappears off to the left, and then closed iron doors to both your left and right in the middle of this like circular room that has this corkscrew stairwell going up in the middle of it, and these doors on 3 sides.
Gotcha.
Do we feel a breeze coming from any of the doorways? Because they all go interior, right?
They all go interior. Only one of them is currently open. And if you were to go stand near it, I'd say breeze is not the right term, but Galfast, with you being a dwarf specifically, I want to say that like you
Draft.
Yeah, like you kind of are the best person to be kind of like in tune with that, and you can tell that like this, at least this open chamber, like kind of like snakes through this space for a while and like leads into a bigger space kind of thing.
And that's in one of the open doors.
That's the only open door, which has this like bell next to it, and I mean it basically looks like this bell busted through this gate and is like come to rest near it. And the other 2 doors are shut, flanking on either side.
One last check. Looking at the ground, I'm assuming it's dusty. Do I see any tracks at all, or does this place look like 1,000 years old?
Yes, it looks 1,000 years old, but I'll also take a survival roll for tracks. Yeah, so you can doorways flanking on either side for a long fucking time, for literally an indiscernible amount of time. As long as you have tracking skills to determine an age, it's all at the max threshold of that. The open space in front of you, you can see that like some of the like grate has been kind of like bent out of the way, in this like, I don't know, 5-ish foot like circle, kind of like near the bell, and part of there being statues everywhere with like broken pieces is that there's a lot of like rubble and small pieces of stone that have been like kind of like scattered throughout this place, and you can see that a lot of that has been kind of like pushed to either side, as if there's a kind of a regular channel where something has been moving through the open bell door and the stairs.
About how wide is the passage cleared?
I mean, a 5 foot square, I think, is maybe bigger than that. 5 to 10 feet.
Okay, I guess I'm still leading. So as we're there, maybe moving, I'll kind of point at the two sides and the marks on the ground. And once again, is it? Do I see footprints, or is it more like just?
It's all stone, so there's no footprints, but
Yeah.
but all of the debris has been like pushed out of the way of this pathway, as if something moving through it repeatedly, has kicked stones so much they've all like ended up against the walls on either side, kind of thing.
I think Galfast at that point would. Galfast is gonna turn around and say, very, very quietly, I think something comes and goes through here. Maybe I should check up ahead. What do you guys think?
Is it the fucking lizard? I'm gonna look at Atesk.
Well, hang on, little guy. You're pretty good at sneaking around, aren't you?
Yeah.
Aren't you?
You think you could take a look?
If you're telling me I have to.
I want for a treat.
What kind of
Have
treat?
for a treat.
Do you have one of these feet that's not stone?
How about the neck?
He has two.
Clink, 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 clink. He little guy lips his lips, looking down at Kythar's feet, but then looks up at his face and gets all fucking scared.
Okay, perception that, what does he have on his feet?
Nothing. He just, Galfast made a joke that you had feet that he could eat, and he was looking at him, but then you're very scary, so he's obviously not going to eat your feet.
Okay. I got 2 jerky rations of beef. Would you like those?
Is it dead?
Yeah.
I turn around like fucking hit my hand on the fucking stone. Yes, it is.
As you do, you guys hear dop dop dop, woo, woo, echoing off of these walls of this chamber, and then silence. Little guy reaches out for the jerky.
I give him the jerky.
Sniffs it, eats it.
Have you guys not fed him? I'm gonna say softly. Have you guys not fed him?
He feeds himself.
With what?
Everything
Look
we
at him.
kill.
Look
Corpse
at
is
him.
full.
Skythar, you leave a trail of dead bodies in your wake. You and little guy here are in symbiosis.
He's a little fish that.
I'm gonna turn to the little guy. What do you usually eat?
He says, after you guys are done fighting stuff and checking their pockets, I like to eat the fingers and toes.
Okay, well just let us know next time. We can grab them for you, so you don't have to go back. We'll put them in the little baggie for
It's
you.
okay. I like biting them off the hands. I like how they crunch in my mouth.
I know, but it would definitely speed up the process if you didn't have to.
I don't
Wait for
I don't
that.
mind. I don't want to be a burden.
No.
I'm just grateful that nobody hits me while I'm here.
No
Hit
one's
him
gonna-
now!
I turn and look at Simone. Shut the fuck up.
I'm just
I'm gonna hit you right now.
and he ducks behind
No,
Reed a
we
little bit.
We it's okay, buddy. It's buddy. No one's gonna hit you. Nobody's gonna hit you. If they hit you, we hit them. You got that? That's the deal.
You hit them
Nobody
and then
in
I
this
eat
group-
them.
Yes, exactly. Nobody in this group will hit you. And I look dead eye into fucking Simone's eyes.
Will
But if they
was like,
do-
he looks like an appetizer.
And you look like a fucking giant cockroach. Just shut the fuck up.
That's
No.
mean.
Shut the fuck up. I'm trying to talk to him, not you.
Little guy
So
responds to this very high energy by dipping back into Reed's bag.
You're not fucking helping. You can at least disappear. He can't.
All right.
You can feel
Little
your
guy.
bag trembling, Reed, behind on your back.
You're
So
gonna.
shut the fuck
I'm
up.
gonna do the thing where they just when they just push their hand on the cat's head and the cat's like, oh, okay.
I
I
was
imagine
gonna
that
say,
everyone's
so
like yelling, whispering.
Will you go check it out for us for all the fingers and toes you can eat?
I'm scared now.
If I give you 2 more rations, would that be worth it?
Okay.
You mean Reed's rations?
No, it's my rations, fucker. I'm not taking
Yo,
his.
It's the 2 that you got from Reed. Do you not remember that?
I already gave his 2. I'm giving him my 2.
Oh,
So
okay.
he's like overstuffed at this point.
He shakily comes out of the bag, kind of like looks at you, and is like, looks at the rest of you guys, and is like, if that's what you guys want, I guess. And he looks at you, especially Reed, as his kind of like handler.
Pretty please do. We got to know what we're fighting here.
Pretty pleased to.
I'm gonna say, Galvas is gonna poke it and say, I can turn invisible.
Oh, let's do that then.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Wait, why didn't you say that before?
I
That could have been useful
patiently
in so
waiting.
many situations.
This was such good backstory. This was great backstory and flavor you were bringing, talking to your pet there. I didn't want to interrupt.
Yeah, but being invisible would have solved like a lot of our problems before.
Imagine how I feel.
I wish I could be invisible.
Shut up, fool.
Hey! Fuck you! Yeah, fuck you! I'll fuck you up right now. Don't touch him. Don't touch him.
As I walk past Simone, I'm going to go for a low 5.
like a discreet, like behind the back low 5 as you're walking past kind of thing.
We've got Reed and Kythar now being like, "Hey, leave him alone."
I know we've got the bully
biggest
squad
guys.
and the
I know.
sticking up for him squad.
This is how we're gonna divide the party.
Yeah, as I pass him, I'm going to kind of do the thing where you like pretend, like get in there, like check him, you know?
Oh my god. I will
I'm gonna go to
individual.
I'm gonna go to Kythar and be like, "You're right, fool. I'm sorry," and I'm gonna hold up my hand.
I spit on the ground.
Zapper.
I know tensions are high.
Show him respect and I'll shake your hand. No, show him
Is
respect.
that Rowan or is that Arthur Stover?
That's Arthur. Rowan's shaking. He's like, oh.
I'm gonna pull my hand
the
back.
group fights.
I'm gonna pull my hand back and rub it across my head and be like, "Too slow, fool."
Rub it through your non-existent hair.
Even shake
Your bald
I spit on
head.
the ground. I spit on your ground. What the fuck? You can't do that shit.
You got him. You got him, Simone. You got him so good.
Next break, I'm stabbing him.
And then Galfast goes invisible.
Great, Galfast, you are now invisible.
I would like
Fucking
to,
chaos
as
monkey right here.
stealthy as I can, sneak forward. Yeah, I'm definitely listening and looking for sound as I go forward.
Listen to what?
Cool, sounds good. You don't get very far. You literally turn invisible, turn around. In like behind the iron grates, there are 2 small orange motes of light, and I need you to make a fortitude save.
Okay, explain again what they are.
They're just 2 little orange points of light. So you turn invisible. You turn around to go walk down the hallway that you're going to go investigate. You take a couple of steps, and like a couple of feet in front, 10, 15 feet in front of you, there are a couple of little motes of light. Now that you've made your save, coming into focus is a dire alligator-sized scaled creature, which has been silently sitting there looking down this hallway as you guys have been having all of these altercations. And now that someone has turned to look down this hallway, his eyes are the first thing that are down there. You meet his gaze, fail this save, and reach your first stage of the petrification process. And there are only 2 stages. So
Yeah.
where the second stage is petrified. So
And I'm invisible.
you're invisible, but it doesn't stop you from being able to see him, and he watched you turn invisible. So he's like looking where your head is. You turn invisible. You turn around, but he's already.
Oh, you can see in. Oh, I guess I thought it was like
He was watching us.
He was watching you. He was the whole time you guys were talking before you turned invisible. He was sitting there fixated on you guys, and then
So we could see his eyes from where we currently were.
as soon as anybody turned their attention to the hallway, you guys absolutely could have seen from where you were after Kythar hit the jerky on the rock. From that point onward, he was in the hallway.
Got it.
I thought it was going to be the Hypno Toad.
No.
I was like really banking on the Hypno.
But I will say this, Galfast, is that like now that you are invisible and capable of moving, like you have basically reason to believe that as long as you stay invisible, you like this thing should not be able to like return a gaze on you now that like basically as soon as you move more than like a step or two in any direction, he like won't know where to look to see you kind of thing. So he got kind of like a cheap shot in while you turned invisible, but just like you as a player, just know that that invisibility is going to serve you throughout the rest of this encounter. It was only because he was able to see you go from where you were standing not visible to being invisible that he could use any of this. Just want to like put your mind at ease there a little bit. I need everybody else to roll initiative as we go into an encounter. If what you guys want to, and really the only thing I need to know is if you guys are going to engage with this thing in any way. Because if you guys are just going to like turn around and go back up the stairs, then I don't want to waste time rolling initiative. So like, what are you guys going to do? There's these 2 points of light. Even those of you who don't have dark vision are able to like make out that there is this animalistic creature there. Galfast, do you like say anything to the party as you like turn around, see these points of light, like feel what you imagine Simone was talking about with like, he's like, oh, my marrow. You're like, fuck, is this what marrow problems feel like? Like, as everything's like kind of like slow and clunky in your own body as you have this kind of like moment to react, still invisible.
And then what's my ailment called? Like, what is it?
I'll get it all mechanically in there. Give me just a second here. I got stuff to load.
But I just feel stiff. I have a stiffy.
Yeah, you got a stiffy right now. That's exactly right.
First level of petrification is just basically Viagra.
Oh my God.
Okay,
I'm in luck.
If it lasts longer than 4 hours.
This should be dark for you guys. Is that correct? Nobody can see anything?
That's correct.
Great.
DM question. Is my shield mirror polished?
It does. Yes.
Ooh. Maybe Mr. Guy gets a taste of his own medicine.
Okay, so I go invisible, turn around, and then I guess I stare directly at it and I get hit. And I'll say.
And you definitely, I'll say this, Galfast, you get the sense that it doesn't have as much to do with you staring as much as it has to do with it staring at you.
Okay. And I'll turn around and say, "It got me. We were in range the whole time. We made too much noise. I'm dying."
What?
Oh well.
It's an alligator-sized creature,
Where is Galfast on the map?
of the dire variety. I'm in the hallway. It's in the bigger chamber.
So you're literally not even in the hallway. You just like turned around to start down the hallway, like to like go through the hole basically, and like down at the end of the hallway there was this fucking thing.
Take my will. It's in my pocket, upper left.
I'm gonna get in front of Kythar and I'm gonna like put the shield. I'm gonna like crouch down behind his level. It's like a tower shield, right?
In front of me or behind me?
Or not Kythar, Galfast. Sorry.
I was gonna say.
Yeah,
I'm
I guess I'll
trying
move,
to
I'll move
Galfast
back
out of the
Plant
hallway.
ourselves behind it. Yeah, and then like back out of the hallway with him.
So Joe, you go in. I'll pull Galfast.
Well, I'm still invisible, so I can walk.
Oh, thank you.
I think I can still
I will
move.
put that
right?
effect. Yeah. You guys. So I guess it's my question because we're deciding what you guys are going to do because we're going to roll initiative if you guys are going to do anything that's not escaping, essentially.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. So could I roll initiative with athletics?
Do we want to fight it or do we want to leave? What do you guys think?
Well, we shouldn't go down the hallway. Go ahead.
I'm gonna be well. I'm gonna ask. I'm gonna be like, how far down the hallway, fool, is he?
About how far away did I see the eyes?
20, 30 feet.
20, 30 feet.
Um,
And there could be more than one. I don't know.
I'm gonna say, is there anybody that can cast a spell like a wall or something that can block sight?
Like fog?
Or a wall? Or anything like that?
I've got a shield. It's not a
Rowan?
wall.
Rowan might be able to.
Maybe Rowan?
I think he did that before with when we were on top of that giant stalactite.
He did. And someone look
Yeah.
at Rowan and be like, hey, fool, can you cast a wall and block off that lizard?
I can try.
I like that.
Once we block it
and
off, what do we want to do, though? leave?
Well,
I think we can just leave
no.
if we want.
well, the whole point is to find a teleporter, fool, to get out of here, right? Isn't that why we're here? Atesk?
Well,
You've been
we're
awfully
here
quiet for being the leader.
I'm not the leader. I just set the
You
goal.
you said you're the leader. You're the guy.
We put
Middle
all of our
manager at
baskets.
best.
We put all of our eggs in your basket.
There can only be one main character.
Well, we're here to find the old teleporter, like the last one we went through.
Exactly. So isn't that
Yeah.
why we're here?
That's why we're here. This is the
So
whole
then-
Quest was
point.
given to you. We're supporting you.
The quest is given to all of us, Reed. Don't try and pin it on me.
Okay, before
this
we
is
play
my
the blame
idea.
game, fool. Hold on. Before we play the blame game, so the idea the idea is to get past this creature to get to the teleporter, right?
We don't
So
know where
why
the
don't-
teleporter is. I don't know if
the
it's through that
teleporter's in that
tunnel
room.
or that tunnel or that tunnel or that tunnel. We don't
Okay,
know.
there's not that many tunnels. There's only 3 tunnels, okay?
It's dark in here.
Been dark everywhere for 2 days.
Alright, for real.
Hey, this is
So
a
we just
long
pick one of the other
conversation
two
to have.
tunnels.
Okay, let's check the other tunnels. Galfast, go check the tunnels.
Send the creep. Send the little.
You know what?
Creepy.
All right, guys. You know what? I'm tired of this, and I'm gonna head towards one of the tunnels, one of the doors.
Okay. You head off towards that door.
Yeah.
What's and you appear. You come up to this like sturdy iron door that is shut tight. What do you do?
How would you go ahead
I
and give
go-
it up?
Yeah, I gotta open it.
You like put a bunch of like weight on it, and it does not budge.
Okay, I have Will come and help assist me.
Wilb comes. I will take. I think it's an athletics check from both of you.
Ooh, I'm like rubbing my hands right now, like that guy in the mirror.
And I'll say, Rowan, cast the wall, so it doesn't come in behind us.
Not the best. That's it. I roll.
Okay. Perfect. Perfect. Yeah, you guys both come up behind this thing and put a bunch of weight on it and boom, shoulder this thing and really like muscle it, and you can feel like that the like hinges that physically hold the door in place, like you watch them start to like kind of like bend and buckle as the door like starts to like form a V shape, you know, like a very shallow V. But just the two of you guys pushing on your own does not appear to be enough.
All right. We can open it. I'll go give him a hand.
Okay. Reed, Kythar, Atesk, Rowan. What are you guys doing? No, Reed, you're already going there. Arthur.
Yeah.
Oh, it's shipping. There's two Arthurs. Galfast, Rowan, Atesk, Kythar. You bottom half. What are you guys doing?
I'm just waiting for the door to open. Just I don't want to walk all the way down the hallway if they can't open the door, and then
I'm gonna look back and see Reed coming this way and be like, "Atis, come on, come out."
Looks like you guys got it under control. I'll guard this hallway over here.
You're the leader, fool. You gotta show us how to lead. Come on.
A great leader knows when to let his people take
bickering, I'm gonna pull the
control of the situation.
I'm gonna attempt to pull the door open with an athletics check.
And I'm going to be listening for noise while this is happening in the other hallways. Any noise at all.
So which? Oh shit! You're outside.
Just tell me when you're ready for it.
Which hallway? I mean, there's two. There's the closed door down here, Aaron, and there's this one
primarily.
Here. What's up?
I'm going to be listening for noise down the open hallway.
Okay. Are you going to like take any particular posturing, or you know what I mean? Like what? Can you walk me through that? You're just gonna listen. Rolling perception check.
Maybe I'll hide behind the stairway and listen.
All right, cool, solid. Kythar and Rowan, you guys are the last two.
Rowan being Rowan being Stover, and Kythar being Kythar.
Yeah, Rowan's basically ready to send the wall up when ready. But he was given room for Reed because he had ideas of reflecting back on the lizard creature.
What spell? Remind me, and what are your conditions? Like, what are you waiting to trigger for?
So it's called Wall of... Let's see here. Wall of Thorns. It's a 60-foot range. And basically waiting for Reed to get out of the way, because that's the last thing Rowan saw is Reed getting in the way of Galfast.
Well, they're all over here. They're all down this hallway.
Well, now he's just going to cast it then.
Okay, and would you just push click on the picture of it to put it in chat so I can just read it real quick?
It's in.
I want to see what the... Oh, I see. Jump to bottom. I'm up. Okay, great. Blah, blah, blah. Let's create the wall number open space. That's fine. Yep. Wall sends vertically. Cool. Love that. Where exactly are you putting it? Where is Rowan putting it?
He's putting it where my cursor is. Here, how I draw on this thing.
No, it's fine. I can see what you're doing there. Galfast. I need a reflex save from you. I'm sure it's not what you're doing, Anthony. I'm sure it's not.
Public or private?
Okay.
Reflex. Yeah, reflex is public. Reflex is public.
I'm just laughing because finally someone else is getting shit on besides Simone.
Love that. Okay. You.
Damn it.
Basically, your perception check just exactly matched the stealth roll of the creature. So this is your moment to react. So you see like Rowan going to cast this spell, and you can hear the breathing of this creature. Like its nose is just, you can't like see it because you're not looking, but you can, but you're listening and you can hear the breathing, the shallow, deep breathing of this creature, like 10 feet from you. And you know that it's got to be like right in the opening. And if Rowan goes to cast this spell, he's going to be putting himself in danger because he has to look where he's doing it. You have just a split. You just have a split second to react. What do you do?
I'm gonna say, Rowan, don't look. Don't do it.
Rowan freezes.
Oh, and hold on, but that was bad advice. Oh, well. I guess I wouldn't know that. That'd be metagaming. I'm assuming looking at it does it, but it's just if it can see you, it does it, right? So
there's a lot of uncertainty on your character's part about how all this works. You are all in a first-time situation for sure.
Fair.
What was
Rowan's
that?
like, when do you need help?
So
no,
remind
but
me,
you might.
Rowan freezes. Is that correct?
Yeah, he's waiting. He's like, he doesn't cast it per
Behind
Galfast's
cover.
request. He gets behind cover.
Okay. Because Galfast had a moment and you froze, but did not. You know, you're still standing in clear view of the hallway. The creature is still in the hallway in clear view of you. So I am going to need Rowan to please make me a fort save. Give me just a moment. I will put that in chat for what he needs to do.
Blind.
Those are. I mean, no, it's fine. We can know what it is. Especially if you're going to do something like spend hero point. Nice. That is the save that you want to make for sure.
Nice.
What the fuck?
Cool. So you are not affected by it, Rowan, but you are able to like shake off the gaze of this basilisk, which is now at this point sitting at the gate, like right at the edge of this fucking room. It's just like kind of like slowly crept forward and was like kind of staring into this room as everybody walked across it, you know, busted open the other door, which is busted open now for those of you who are over on that side, and we'll get there. But this basilisk is now like right on the edge here, and it's, you know, standing there just like basically staring at whoever it can see, which right now is Kythar and Rowan. As Rowan ducks behind the stairwell, its gaze turns to Kythar. That is everybody except Kythar has done something during this like turn, quote unquote. Kythar, this basilisk thing is, you're like watching, you hear this interaction between Galfast saying, Rowan, no, don't look, don't cast it. Rowan freezes. You see him like look down the hallway and like kind of like shake for a minute before like dipping down and kind of like barrel rolling out of the way behind the stairs. What's Kythar doing? You're muted, bud.
Kythar is gonna do an acrobatic scene like Bass coming up. Does he see it coming?
I mean, you can see everybody reacting to the hallway like it's there. So I will say yes, Kythar knows that it has made an approach.
Kythar is gonna do a barrel roll backwards to here.
Cool. Love that.
And flip around.
Cool. You can just move
Flip
yourself.
around
so
backwards.
That's all great.
Yep. Like not turning to see the basilisk.
Cool. Got it. Love that, love that, love that. Simone, Reed, and Wilb bust open this door.
That's what I'm best at.
There's and the room is
Oh,
top to
God.
bottom, side to side, full of fucking cobwebs. There is a giant spider there who sees you guys, and
Close the door. Close the door. Close
and
the door.
I will. No, you busted it off. You guys pushed it open. It didn't.
Oh, shit.
It's broken. This is an
It's
open
busted.
doorway. And I like talked about like the hinges coming off the side, and you're like, all right, get out of the
Yeah.
way, and you came over and pushed.
Yeah, I know, right?
And so
I know. Reed, thanks. Reed.
And so this thing sees that, rears up on its hind legs, starts moving towards you guys, and I will definitely need initiatives at this point. It is
Oh, yeah.
about the time that that Soto needs to get off, so I see we have a couple of options here. My kind of pitch is that we do at least one round of combat. Soto goes first for your guys' turn. and then we can kind of like go through everybody else, and he can still get off at 9:15. If he wants to hand his character over to somebody else, and we go till 9:30, and we do another round after that, we can. I would like to know what we're doing before we start the combat, though. I'd like to know kind of where we're at and what our plan is for the night.
I'd be cool to do 2 rounds.
Yeah,
I could do, yeah. That sounds fine.
Okay, then Kythar will need to, appoint somebody to run him for that second round. We're going to do some initiative rolls, so let me get the encounter started.
Yeah, Kythar's gonna roll, imaginary roll, and it will be Joseph.
Okay.
Great.
There's my initiative.
Can you set up the encounter?
It's already set up. It's already up.
What type of initiative is it?
It's perception initiative for everybody. If I would take an athletics initiative from Reed, Simone, or Wilb as they're physically like entering combat by pushing open a door. I would accept those rolls from those guys.
Then let me give you that happily.
Could I do a stealth initiative because I am invisible?
Absolutely, you may. That is 100% appropriate for the situation.
It will not let me roll it again because I rolled with perception previously.
I'm sure I can like remove you from the. Oh, here we go. Read.
You can just right click and go reset initiative.
There you go. You should be able to roll.
Yeah.
There we go. But that's still better than what it was before.
Nice. Arthur beat the fucking frog.
Nice. Let me. Ooh, that was close. And
then... yeah, I can hold him.
Nice. Very, very close. Okay, so you guys are definitely going to get to go first. The trio of you by the busted open door. There's this big room full of cobwebs and this just fucking huge spider, which is like reared up on its back legs and is like making a move towards you guys. And I guess real quick, since we're doing, because every once in a while we do show and tell time, let me do that real quick. There's your giant spider. Gotta love it. Mm-hmm. You know it. You love it.
I don't like that at all.
It's a fucking spider.
Thanks. I hate it.
And I'm actually gonna keep the other one close to the chest because very few people have actually looked at it at this point, so I don't think anybody knows what it looks like.
The basilisk.
So you guys get to go. It's your turn. You guys can all take your turn at once. If you would let Kythar go first so that he can meet his time needs to be off, he would probably appreciate it.
Sure.
Kythar, not knowing what the fuck's going on the other side, will move one. Yeah.
I'm gonna say, Kythar, what are you thinking about doing?
Moves behind the stairs.
What happened to Kythar kill? Kythar hit.
Kythar is trying to run away from the thing that can fucking stop him as stone, and keeps on running towards Wilb and them, thinking he'll be better suited, and now he sees the fucking spider. Kythar will hold his action. Shit, yeah, he can't really move more without being a fucking frontline guy. Yeah, literally, if I move here, gotta take something.
I mean, there's a basilisk over, or there's a lizard.
Yeah, I'm moving away from the basilisk. That's the thing. That's why I went that way. Kythar is gonna move himself in front of fucking Reed, basically.
As Kythar moves by, since talking's free action, I'm gonna say, are we retreating from this encounter? Is that the plan? Are we fighting or running?
I was just following the other guys who opened the door, not realizing because I'm not
You can talk
metagaming.
to them. Talking's a free action.
Yeah. Unless the other guys tell me that there's a fucking spider in front of him, I don't know that. I'm not trying to metagame.
Cover the rear. There's a giant spider.
Talking is free. We could just do it.
Okay, now they fucking tell me. I don't. Okay. Oh my god. Fuck it.
Well-
Okay, I guess I move back or don't move back because no one said shit. What am I supposed to do? No one said anything.
Your DM is stepping in. You step up behind Wilb. Reed turns around and says, "In the back, there's a giant spider." You have one action left, Kythar. How would you like to spend it?
Fucking knowing Simone is a fucking one-shot character, I'm moving in front of Simone.
Great.
I'm sacrificing myself in front of Simone so Simone doesn't get fucking one-shot for a spider.
Cool. Then as you step into the room, you kind of hit some of this web, which you can tell immediately is like gonna be a fucking problem.
No matter good ever.
It like all fucking like clings to you. You like are trying to like get your weapon up into like swinging position, and you're having to like break it loose from where it like unlike that like super dry brittle spider web that you pass through on your way to this place. This is obviously like much fresher, right? But you are up front protecting Simone. You are standing between him and the spider after spending 3 actions. And I'm sorry, Joe is taking your character for the next round of combat. Is that right?
Yeah, Joe's taking.
Perfect. Thank you very much. Everybody else, what are you guys doing? Unless you want to keep talking. Talking is always free.
So Simone's going to get a like visible shiver, right? Like like he does not like the fact that there's a spider, and like panically issues will forward.
Who won't fit through the doorway?
He will. These are just big enough for Wilb. It's almost like your dungeon master knows one of you has a large companion and makes sure to make his corridors wide enough where it's appropriate. Not all spaces are like this, but these like pre-built dungeons, I'm like, yeah, they'd have wide enough corridors,
He's gonna move forward into this.
Okay, sounds good. I'm gonna move you one tile over just so we can still see Kythar.
Cool, that's fine. I do have if I don't know if it counts as one movement or not, but I do have 40 feet of movement. So
cool. That's less than one movement as far as I'm concerned.
Okay, great. So if that's the case, then Wilb is going to make a primary attack.
Cool, sounds good. Target
onto the spider.
Target and do the whole thing and blah 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 blah.
Nice.
That's a crit.
Cool. Yeah. I think what I'd rather do. I know it crit, and this is the second time this has fucking happened.
Yeah, I remember that when it happened the first time too. Honestly. Oh shit.
Yeah.
The opposite of guy slow. That's funny network. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
So I have an option for weighty impact. So if I strike, it gains a knockdown trait for that attack.
Okay.
So essentially, if it hits the monster's, if the monster's last time was special strike that lists knockdowns for this, the monster attempts a trip on the creature.
Okay.
So I'm going to.
You're gonna take a trip attack.
Yeah. But the cool part about it is it doesn't count against my multi-attack penalty.
Yeah.
If I make
it's like tacked onto your first. Yeah, I got you.
Yeah.
Cool. You're trying to be 25 for whatever it's worth.
Okay. Reflex DC.
Reflex DC. Excuse me.
You're
trying to be 26.
Nope.
Bummer.
Wow, that really sucks.
As you go for the spider, completely removes swipes the legs out. But don't forget to roll your damage, by the way. Completely swipes the damage out from under, or swipes the legs out from underneath the spider. But it just kind of leans backward into more web. Like it absolutely would have fallen if it wasn't in its fucking layer, surrounded by webs.
And then here's my damage. Ooh, a lot of ones, 30 damage.
That's pretty good, though. Still got a crit. Got a crit. Damage. Great. So that's a movement and an action. So I believe Will has one more action, if I'm doing my math correctly.
That is correct. He will take a. He will do another attack here. Actually, you know what? Simone is going to use a cantrip. And I have a single action cantrip here.
Sweet, love that.
To cast shield onto Will,
Yeah.
and that's
cool.
That's it there.
Sweet, love that. Reed, you I feel like you're a natural next person because you're the other guy who's up there. So what are you doing?
Yeah.
I'm going to say we need a hand over here. There's a big monster.
There's more of you. There's more of you than it, Puto.
Will, do you think you got him handled, or you need a hand here?
What's his current status? He's seen better days. That was after a crit. Will's gonna go. I'll have him handled until he hits me.
We got two fronts here. We're gonna kill the spider. We'll be right there.
If it was up to us, sweetie, wouldn't it be better just to like gang up on one so we could help the other? It doesn't make sense to like try to split them up and do them at two different times. That seems stupid.
You guys kind of made that decision when you broke open the door with the spider in the room, though.
Well, we didn't know there was a spider there, silly.
Not that we're blaming
you knew there was and you knew there was a basilisk there. So who's the stupid? Didn't you tell the druid to stop what he was doing instead of look away? Wow, what a great decision to say something.
Yes, I did.
How long is it going to take?
Why would I? What are you talking about?
Is there a way that
Didn't you tell the guy to look away from the basilisk since you saw him coming in through the door, silly?
He was casting behind him. The basilisk had snuck in. He was where he would have casted the wall, would have trapped us in there with him.
And we're already trapped in because you guys can't go past the basilisk. The situation is still the same.
But now
what
he
are you
has
talking
a spell.
about?
He hasn't cast a spell yet.
Is now the best time to be arguing about this?
What do you know about
I know spiders like bearing down on
anything.
everybody.
Aren't you a ranger? What do you know about spells?
Reed's gonna move in here.
This is just fucking chaos, you guys.
What are we all yelling about?
This is the entry chamber. You guys didn't even get into anything. You came down some stairs.
It's just a spider. I don't know what. Just fuck it up. Why are we like second guessing ourselves? Like it's a spider,
baby. Let's go.
Nice.
What are you attacking? Read the spider. Yeah,
Spider,
I see.
yeah.
You moved. Got it. Yep.
I'm
Nice.
gonna attack him a second time. Do you want me to just give it to you now? And then
Yeah. Just doing both.
Ooh.
Bummer.
Could I? Nah. Okay. Let's take our crit damage.
Not as good, but it's okay. Still crit.
Crit.
Nice.
So two big crits. Dropped it to half health. That's that's pretty good.
Yeah, that is pretty good.
I think those are all my actions.
Cool. Great.
Yeah.
Leaves you guys in the main chamber.
Just a question. So the stairway in the center, did we come down it or up it, or does it go both ways?
You came down it, and it terminates on this floor. So it does not go any lower, and it goes 8 stories up, and the front of it is over here.
Oh, it's 8 stories, so it literally spirals all the way up?
Yes.
I would like to use my movement to climb. I would like to use one movement to climb partially up. However high I can get with 25 feet of movement, if that makes sense.
Okay.
I would like to take a shot at the basilisk.
I'm going to say that you can get probably 10 feet up, but you got to be like behind the stone because like as you circle around, like the stairs get in your way again, kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Oh, and actually, before I go, what the slow? Does that mean I lose an action?
You do. You have 2 actions in a turn now instead of 3. That is correct. That's the nuts and bolts of the first step of petrification.
Okay, got it. In that case, that's going to change my turn a bit because I can't even hold an action either.
Unless you
Are
basically
you-
don't move, yeah. Which
Yeah.
you already have.
Bummer. And then do I know how? So every turn I just have 2 actions, as far as I know.
As far as you know, yeah. As far as you know, until this wears off, whenever it
Bummer.
wears off, however it wears off, yeah.
Okay, that's my turn then.
Yeah,
I'm done.
no problem. Rowan, Atesk, Arthur.
Rowan is going to see if he can get another wall up, except this time actually in front of the basilisk.
Okay, sounds good. You know, where do you originate your wall? Where's the point? What's the point you picked to build your wall from?
It's just right to that bell. So basically, we got to make the wall like right here
Okay, sounds
where
good.
I'm clicking.
Then are you... Okay, I am going to need another... Well, I guess I won't, actually, because it's not its turn. It's your turn, so I think you do get to do that. Okay, so yeah, go ahead and cast your wall. Go ahead and cast your wall.
Casting.
No one's gonna get over this wall. Maybe a rope. Hopefully this basilisk doesn't have a rope.
Classic.
Cast it.
Fall of wall of
it's the
brambles
best
and
wall.
thorns. Yeah.
It's the best.
The greatest.
Some call me the President Wall.
And billions. That was so Gatsby.
Apparently,
great. Love that.
Kamala.
So I'm going to draw a little line here. Whoop. Well, here. There you go. There's your wall. And...
I think that only buys us a minute, though, according to the casting.
But each round is 6 seconds, so
Okay.
it's a while.
It's a while.
And then I believe that's 2 actions, or no, that is 3 actions to do a wall. So you've got to stay there and spend all 3 to cast it. You do so. Great. Love that. Other Atesk and Arthur.
Yeah, I will. I'll walk over behind Simone, and then hey, there's a big giant spider! Wow! And then I'm gonna hit it with slashing gust. How did you know?
I had a hunch. All right, nice. Go ahead and roll your damage. I'll apply it. And
Holy shit, that's such a good attack for you.
That'll bring us to yeah. Well, you guys are also level 10, and they upcast automatically, and so
Yeah. 32 is fantastic though.
Okay, and then Arthur, I believe you're our last homie.
Yeah, Arthur, since now there's a wall in the way, and there's basically most of the team that's like cluttered up on the north side. You're going to see him take his powder flask, and he's going to take some of it, and he's going to basically make a spot where he can make a small fire, but he's going to hold his action. He's only going to do that basically when the time is right. So he's prepping to basically make a fire on the wall when the team's ready.
Okay.
Or light up the wall of thorns.
Yeah.
Cool. I like that. That's a cool plan. Then with that, I believe that's everybody's turn, all their actions. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
And also, I hate to be the fuddy-duddy, but I have to get off. Megan's having a hard time getting Nolan down.
That's
so
fine.
I gotta go help her.
Then with that, that'll be enough.
You should take his turn. Then.
Yeah, we're gonna take the bad guy. We're gonna take the bad guy's turn. But we'll just call it after that. So basically, what's gonna happen is first and foremost. All right, guys, say it with me together. Look up as another one descends from the ceiling. Another spider that was up on the ceiling, like tucked up there. As you guys bust open the doors, it comes down.
Reed did it last time. It was somebody else's turn this time.
You are able to see another one filling the hallway. It's used all of its movement to get to this point, but it like fills the hallway and is down there. So there are a bunch of these giant fucking spiders in here.
Cool.
Then the one that's already here, hanging out, being a spider. He's just
Will
gonna
likes giant spiders.
He's just gonna chomp. He's just gonna chomp away at Mr. Wilb, I think. He's just gonna go big bite, om nom.
Which one is this?
This is the spider that's on the ground that's damaged. Oh, the shield literally saved him.
Yep.
Love that justification. Love that.
It was the one at Death's Door that did it?
Yes.
Okay.
We're just gonna leave now. Oh no.
So, could I use my reactive strike then for that? Because their attack was a manipulate action or a move action, or makes a ranged attack or leaves a square.
No, I believe an attack is not a manipulate action.
Nope, it's a strike. It's a strike action.
Okay. So
manipulate is like opening a door, opening a chest, moving something.
And he didn't damage.
He's going to give it a go. No, because he missed. He's going to try it again. No, 2. He's not going to succeed. And then he's going to like scamper back up away into the ceiling.
Hold on.
I know he rolled. He rolled it. Hold on. Stop. Let me do my job. He rolled a crit miss. So anybody who wants to spend the one reaction you get to actually, it's not anybody. It's the person being attacked. So if Wilbed wants to use his reaction to take a pot shot, he can, because there was a crit miss. He's also stepping away. So if you have something better for something stepping away, you only get one reaction, but you can spend it on whatever you want if you're Wilb. If you're Reed, he's leaving your space, and you can also take an attack. What would you guys like to do?
You first.
Wilb has Eidolon's reaction, so I'll be using that. Eidolon's opportunity, sorry. So it's the same thing. It's
Cool.
attack of opportunity. So
I
will make an attack.
Making the best choice you can make. I know that is the kind of game player you are, my friend.
Yes.
Nice.
Hey,
and a crit of your own.
Critical hit.
Gotta love that. That might do it, but Reed, you're also taking an attack? Question mark. Or are you gonna save it if this does it?
I'm gonna save it if it doesn't.
That did it. So so you don't need to spend it. This thing like tries to take a couple of chomps out of Wilb, and the first one, it's like legs on Wilb's like shoulders and abdomen, like face coming in, like snapping at it, and it's like it's being like pushed back by this like magical shield that you have that's like on its abdomen and thorax, just like kind of like keeping it back as the mandibles are like inches from Wilb's face, and then like pushes back, and as Wilb like pushes him back, fucking shreds him. But we do have. I imagine other guys
he's
coming.
like trying to leave. He's trying to leave, and Wilb was like grabbing his legs and like pulling him closer and closer.
Oh, no, you don't.
I like to think he's pulling him closer, and like one of the legs just like rips off entirely, and he like holds him by the other one, and like just keeps like going for more legs. They just keep like coming off in his hands, as he's trying to like stop it from running away.
Tormenting a daddy long legs.
Oh man, I fucking love it. Fucking love that. Okay, the ogre spider that is descending from the ceiling.
I'm coming right now.
Spends a move action to descend. Takes an attack on Kythar.
I have to get off right now, guys.
You're cool. Your turn's over.
If anybody,
yeah.
Okay, cool. Thanks, guys.
Well, bye,
have a good night.
You too.
Who's playing? Who's playing for Kythar? Joe, you are.
I am. There's another spider in here.
No, this Kythar and then this spider. You have to click. You have to click.
That's Reed.
Kythar, who's right here, behind Reed. I'm pinging him.
I see Carthar right here.
You can't see
I'm
him?
Sorry.
Okay.
You need to reload.
No.
Yeah, reload the map. You're desynced. Probably good. Just everybody. If Joe's messed up, everybody might be messed up. Just reload the map in general right now. We're gonna damage. Then we're going to do plus this. All right.
But that.
Oh, actually,
yeah. Go ahead.
That DC is low. Give me a second. I didn't.
Oh, there it is.
It didn't. I made a change, but it didn't stick. So you got to give me a second while I switch it back. Oh, back. Save. You have to hit. It's one of those things where it's like code, and you have to hit the save button. And if you don't hit the save button, nothing fucking sticks. So, all right, that's correct. Go ahead and hit that DC 28 Fortitude save there at the top on Kythar's behalf. So make sure you've like double clicked him and are doing it with his stats and not Reed's.
Oh yeah, thank you. I almost did that. So DC Fortitude, you said?
28. It's in chat. You should be able to just click the button once you double click Kythar to open him up, and then click the button in chat that says DC 28 Fortitude, and that should just do it all.
Right,
correctly.
I don't have anything in chat that says DC.
You don't have Ogre, Spider, Venom?
No.
Okay, hold
no,
on.
I have your 2 Game Master rolls.
I
I can just give you a.
Yeah, just give me a fucking fort. It's 28. Give me a 28 fort save. Yeah.
Ooh.
That fails.
He's gonna burn a hero point.
Great, love it. Burn it for him and roll.
The dice have their own story to tell.
That's rough. That's rough. Okay, so he is for stage 1, because the onset for this is immediate in the result of the bite, because there is no onset stated. So he has stage 1 fucking poison, and he's just like gonna fucking take poison damage. In addition to his regular damage. I'm going to do it now just so I don't forget. It's not a ton, but it is, it is a little bit extra.
Reed is going to use Retributive Strike.
Now is the correct opportunity for that, absolutely.
So, here you have it. Once I find my attack. Boom. Not a crit, but damage. There you go.
How do you spell poison? P-O...
I-S-O-N.
I-S-O-N. I'm trying to put an extra I in there. Poisoned. Perfect.
Poison.
The thing you don't want.
Great. I'm going to target him, do the damage. Awesome. So you get that damage. He descends. He takes a bite attack. He's going to, in response to you attacking him, he's going to try to attack you back, but he's going to go at second map, and I doubt he's going to be able to hit you through all that armor. But he's a dumb spider. He doesn't know that. And misses.
Dink.
Then this guy approaches. Oh, you know what? It takes his movement, but I think what he's going to do instead is he's going to do his little bonus boy. Bonus boy. Oh, nope, that's going to do it on the wrong guy, isn't it? There we go. You see a ball of web come like flying out of the corner where that hallway is. And it slams into Reed, and you are like head to toe stuck in webs now. You'll have to do an escape check if you want to succeed. Very low DC. You'll be able to escape, but it costs an action to do it. So you'll probably, if you want to move, you're going to have to burn an action. I probably won't even make you roll because I think you can't fail it. Okay. But it does take an action. Okay, so that's all those guys. Leaving me with my last bad boy here. The Basilisk moves up 1 feet of movement. I was reading that bush, and I believe that he does take damage moving through it, but it's just difficult terrain. It's not like an impassable wall. So he's gonna spend extra movement to push through it. He is gonna take the damage. So whoever's playing Rowan, please scroll up and hit roll damage on your wall of thorns. That is like, I don't know, 7 or 8 tiles up.
I believe Arthur was holding some actions for this moment.
I think that's Stover. Well, I want him to take care of Rowan's stuff first, because it takes the damage moving into the space. So I don't know if he's here. I'm just gonna do it because in the sake of brevity. So there's the damage that he takes on the way through the brambles.
Man, he broke through.
Yeah,
Arthur technically.
Yeah, it's just difficult terrain. So he basically just like crawls through it, and it takes extra movement. But like his head kind of like pops through. Arthur, did you have something you wanted to do as he's like busting through this wall? Because I believe you held an action.
Yeah, Arthur held his action, pretty much ready to light it on fire.
Cool. So you set off your. It's like a little powder. You're like igniting powder. Is that right?
Yeah, basically it's just to get the fire going fast. Yep.
And this whole thing like erupts in flames as you do so, and this thing gets singed as well. I'm trying to determine how many d6 I am gonna have you roll for fire damage. I think that 3 feels appropriate here. So go ahead and roll me 3d6, bud.
Not bad.
Not bad at all.
All right.
As this thing like ignites, the back half of this is still like caught in the shrubs as it all catches fire, and you can see the flames like licking at the scales. And there's no like smell of searing flesh or burning hair. But this thing like lets out this kind of like low gravelly grumble, and like this thing, which has been moving fairly slowly, like picks up its pace to kind of like scurry out of this burning fucking bush. But it does snap its head over to you, Arthur. And now you are the lucky roller of the petrifying gaze DC fortitude save. So it's there in chat if you can see it. Go ahead and make that on Arthur's behalf. As this thing pops through, and
You should roll with advantage.
takes a little look.
Oh.
He got it. He's good. And that is the thing with hero points is that you can roll first and see if it, like if you wanted to. It's just you have to do it before I announce the results, right? And since this one's not blind, he's good there. So you succeed on this saving throw, but you can feel as this thing looks at you, you can feel its magic taking hold over like every joint, bone, muscle in your body, and it's like you have been, and like suddenly you feel as if you've been like sitting in the same position for 72 hours straight without moving an inch, and like as you like move around, you have that same like stiffness of like breaking loose all of those all those joints, and you can tell that this thing means business, and it is not a nice business.
You say that like it's a bad thing, but that is my ideal Saturday. Not moving for 72.
Arthur's used to it. He's been on a ship.
That is going to be all of my boys. So we'll come back to you guys, next week. We'll jump right back into combat. Hopefully we'll have everybody. Joe, we probably won't have you. So if you want to do some homework and like kind of game plan this a little bit and be like, I for sure want to do this on my first turn and maybe this on my second turn, and give somebody some guidance for your first couple of turns, that would, I'm sure, help them. But ultimately, like, they'll have, like, if something changes and they want to make a judgment call, like, it will be up to them to do that. But, something that you could do here if you wanted to. Hopefully we'll have Chris next go round. Let me see here. Next go round.
You guys are just finishing up.
Yeah, we're just finishing up.
Gotcha.
The next Wednesday is, a few days before your wedding, Stover. Do you anticipate being able to make that session?
No, that's too close.
Okay.
We'll be getting ready.
And so this is your last session for a while then, correct?
It is.
Okay.
Yeah, it is.
Until we get you to a breaking point or a retiring point, because I can't have you just walk into the darkness whenever, keeping that in mind. Do you have a, tell you what, you and I will, maybe text me or send me, a quick blurb about, what you think Arthur would do, if he'd stick around for this, if he were to go somewhere, where he'd go and what he'd do. I will kind of leave it to the party to decide if they want Arthur's muscle and to keep running another character to have more firepower in combat, or if they would rather, simplify for the time being, and we can kind of blip you in and out. But that's good to know. That was, I'm trying to plan these sessions. So, okay. So then that is So then that is it for this session. Stover, I'm real excited for your wedding when it comes around. For everybody else, thank you for playing. I'm glad that everybody is as of now still in one piece. Hopefully we can keep it that way next week also.
Sounds good.
Cool. All right. Later, guys. Thanks for
See you
playing.
guys later. Bye.
Cool. Good night, everybody.
Everybody.
Okay. I am probably the only viewer in the lobby here, but you never know. Crazy things happen. Sometimes I've got viewers. Network, you were out there. Adios, Network, you're out there. Oh shit. I'm so used to like doing this on my own for so long. You're like fucking out there, man. It was super good to see you. Thanks for being here. We jumped from Tuesdays to Wednesdays, obviously. I dropped my Friday game. But yeah, we're still trying to get on the stream once a week. Wednesdays, it's mostly D&D these days. We'll probably buy the new Civ when it comes out, so maybe I'll stream a little bit of that whenever we get to that point. But yeah, man, really good to see you. Really made my day to see you hop into chat. I hope you're doing well, bud. Yeah, I think you got me on Discord. Hit me up if you got anything going on. Otherwise, anybody watching this on YouTube or whatever, thanks for being here, and I will catch you guys next week, Wednesday. Peace out.